This year I spent an insane amount of money. I bought a brand new mouse and keyboard, new lap desk, really good quality, name brand, wrist rests. Have you seen my visual feast of RGBs for my two PCs? And it all syncs perfectly, which is really neat.
I'm living, king dream, dual streaming. I'm the king of crushing goals and belt controls. While they see me go, my success don't mean unless I'm having a resurgence.
Blackout curtains, Elgato foam. I have 4 boom arms and a brand new microphone. Primo webcam, the Elgato Stream Deck. As you can see, RGBs powered by SkyTech. I got a new crown, a crown that fits, and Sticker's final chip. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, lickety split. Samsung SSD that was just donated to me. NVMe 2 instead of NVMe 3, whatever that means.
I'm living, king dream, dual streaming. I'm the king of crushing goals and belt controls. While they see me go, my success don't mean unless I'm having a resurgence.
Again, guys, I'm living in this reality that people like me now and want to support my stuff. It's hard for me to accept it and think that it's real. I got the paper right here. All my expenses written on it. Right here. No more defenses. Because I wish I could have folded it. The people won't believe you. Talk about disingenuous. Won't let me prove what he's saying is true. I want to show them. It's too hard to expose. There's like 2 accounts that are personal accounts. They cannot be disclosed. I have to fold it 400 times. They think they really got me. I can't show you my bank account because this shit's origami.
Make it make sense.
I'm being honest.
I don't buy it.
I'm being honest. There's writing off this paper. Proving my behavior. They asked me about 5,000. I can't explain what's considered business expenses. It's a complicated game. A pull of my expenses. I wrote everything by hand. It's literally still at my fucking desk, you idiot. Let's see what I spent. Hulu, phone bill, my monthly condo dues, attorneys, mortgage, taxes, premium, YouTube, garbage, water, car payment, Amazon, Comcast, health insurance, medical payments, electric, game pass.
Make it make sense.
I'm being honest.
I don't buy it.
I'm being honest. There's writing off this paper. Proving my behavior.
So it's very clear you're hiding something, and people are making really good points that you're probably scared you're going to get in trouble from going through that bankruptcy. Begging for money is never a good look for anyone.
$11.95? You can't afford $11.95? What's your problem?
Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Juice on your lip, and it's dripping on your hips. Put my girl in jail for so long. She did nothing wrong. I want you free, and I'm begging to the skies above. Kool-Aid girl, my only, yeah, Kool-Aid girl, my only love. If I was that guy from the farming website, I'll treat you right, clap those cheeks all night. I would change your life, no more OnlyFans. I will be your only man. Free Kool-Aid for life, only for $11.95. No more living in a van. We're going on vacation in Japan. can use my hot tub. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Juice on your lip, and it's dripping on your hips. Put my girl in jail for so long. She did nothing wrong. I want you free, and I'm begging to the skies above. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Juice on your lip, and it's dripping on your hips. Put my girl in jail for so long. She did nothing wrong. I want you free, and I'm begging to the skies above. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only. Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Kool-Aid girl, my only love.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.
Hello. Thank you all for showing up to the Saturday morning Style Atlas stream. I really do appreciate all 1 billion of you who showed up. I'm not exaggerating, not at all. Especially thank you to Robert Williams for the 27 months already popping his resub or whatever the hell DSP usually says. And he says $50 a pack. No, I won't go to my local game store. Get more. Any other suggestions will be put into the bin. Sound good? Big ups for the streams. Well, big ups for the 27 months. And yes, that will be unfortunately the focal point of today is basically nothing is going well for DSP if it's not named Pokemon. So I hope you guys like talking about Pokemon. I don't. Thank you, Movie Sign, for the 17 months. Big ups. Before we get into the Pokemon grift, of course, we're going to do the Atlas style segment. And I have two little pieces of information to give. The first one being guy related. I had a coworker. He understands that I bully an individual online and was asking for a reference video so he kind of can understand the individual that is in question. So I pulled up, the latest Snort Hogan video and I showed him 20 seconds of it. And I was just like, yeah, here you go, man. You've made the cut. You can be informed about the guy. I will allow you into the super secret Atlas Club. And within the 20 seconds, he looked at me and goes, oh yeah, no, this guy definitely needs to be bullied. And then he had made a joke about how the Pokemon segment that he was watching, the 20 seconds of, was akin to like a shopping network. And then I told him that a really robust individual, a misery merchant, if you will, made a song of that very variety. And I played it for him, and he was fucking with it. He was like, actually, this is pretty good. So we can add yet another one into the ranks of DSP haters and detractors. It really is that quick. That's all you have to do. 20 raw seconds, play them a song, and they're on board. I think that really does speak to who DSP is as a person. The other more Atlas-related part of this segment is, if I'm being honest with you, I wasted a fuck ton of time this week. I think I spent 4 days, maybe 5 days in a row, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe even 3 hours a day, trying to figure out what in the fuck is wrong with my Warhammer 40k Dark Tide video game, okay? I thought it was just unoptimized. My game was running like garbage. I wanted to play it, even though it's not my favorite Tide game that there is. I think Vermintide 2 is a better game. It was running like garbage, and I didn't know what it was. Is the game unoptimized? Do I need driver updates? Do I need to go into my settings and change some things? Do I need mods to fucking crank the game down? Like, is it that horrible to run? I had no idea. So I just did a menagerie of all of it for 5 days straight, only to find out after the 5 days that all I had to do was re-enable AMD FreeSync on my monitor, because despite being on, it was not working, and that's why it was choppy as hell. So turning that off and back on for some reason was the fix. I'm glad I wasted all of that time, and it was none of the things that I was touching. What a cool experience. But that was still arguably more enjoyable than the guy this week, because all we wanted to fucking talk about was Pokemon, an IP, a card game, a video game series, a TV show that I could not give less of a fuck about. I've never been a Pokemon fan. It's never it's never swayed me with any interest. But of course, this is the new DSP grift. We talked about this last week. My guess was that it wouldn't last 2 or 3 days, and I was simultaneously very correct and not correct at all. And of course, like we'll get into this, but he came back from his day off on Sunday, and he immediately, as he usually does when he has a new grift, started gloating about how everybody fell for him starting a new grift and made him popular by calling him retarded. You know, the classic thing that DSP does, where he does something really retarded in a hopes that you will call him as such on his day off so that he can come back and say that you said that. Yes, heaven forbid I be tricked into doing the thing I was going to do anyway. You got me. Oh shit, it didn't open in VLC for some reason. Oh no, why would I want to use the native movie or Windows Media Player when VLC exists, guys? Come on.
On Thursday, I premiered
I would never betray
Pokemon
VLC
cards
like
on
that.
my stream.
He's held
And
it
the
down
reason
for
that we're
too
doing
long.
This is because I've been playing Pokemon games now consistently for over 6 months, and the playthroughs are doing so well.
Playthroughs are doing so well. 6 months of Pokemon, by the way. That's how hard we are doubling down. Like, I was joking last week about you know, playing Dragon Quest for what felt like an eternity and nobody was interested in it. But Pokemon has been going on for 6 months.
Currently are all the rage, right? Everyone loves them. They're basically very highly valuable collectibles, and it's become a prominent thing to kind of do pack rippings or unpackings, openings, whatever you want to call them, on streams. And I said, you know, we could do it. I mean, I'd have to find a reliable place to get Pokemon cards from, because you basically got to get them on the resellers market. You can't find them at a store. They're just not available. But I'd be down to start doing unpackings.
Which I recall very vehemently that DSP he's anti-scalper. When it comes to video games, when it comes to video game consoles, comes to controllers and actual, you know, things related to the industry that DSP is in, video games, he is absolutely unwilling to do scalpers, or at least he said as much. I'm not buying from a third party. If I can't get it day one, it fucking is what it is. He like camps the websites in order to make this happen. But when it comes to Pokemon cards, we have no problem helping the scalpers out. We have no problem feeding into this vicious scalping cycle to ensure that the true children never see another Pokemon card in their life. We have no problem doing it now, when it's arguably less important than the video games, for our channel at least. But this is the new grift.
And I even said,
so we have to double
we don't have
down.
to pay to do it. We're going to do it naturally. Whenever I do a Pokemon stream, we'll do a card unpacking. And if we do something special, like for example, this week we're going to start playing the trading card games store sim. And since we're going to do that, why not open a pack as well for that, right? Makes sense. Now I said, hey, if people want more packs opened, I'm willing to do it. If someone does a $50 contribution, whether it's 10 subs like Detractors Are Jealous just dropped, whether it's a $50 super chat, whether it's, I guess it would be 17 memberships on YouTube because they're about $3 each, all right? Or whether it's a $50 tip, whatever it may be, if you do a $50 contribution, you say, hey, Phil, yeah, I'd like you to do another unpacking, I will do one, all right? Now, I want you to understand that I really don't know much about this practice, this community, and I'm not doing it as a business venture. Okay, I'm not selling cards on stream. I have no plans to resell cards or anything like that. I'm not a Pokemon card creator. Okay, I have no intention.
Well, I mean, Nintendo or who the fuck even owns Pokemon? Genuine question. But they're the Pokemon card creators. He would be a Pokemon content creator, you see. But regardless, if he doesn't know anything about it, he's not interested in selling the cards. He doesn't know what they're worth. He doesn't know the best way to go about even purchasing them. I just struggle to, I just fail. I fail and I struggle to understand what the point is then. Why are we putting in so much effort, if you're willing to call it that, in order to purchase Pokemon cards that genuinely offer nothing? Nothing more than doing a pack opening or a ripping or unsleeving or whatever nomenclature you want to use here.
On doing a whole show based around cards or card unpackings or anything like that. I want to make that abundantly
That's what
clear.
he got from the quartering doc. Well, actually, unfortunately, like he just managed to pick up a new grift off of the quartering, and that might be the most shameful aspect of the whole thing.
As a way to kind of supplement my existing content, because I thought it would be something neat to do and something creative.
Imagine watching the quartering and being like, yeah,
so,
let me emulate this. That's what's wrong with this guy, man.
That being said, when we were talking about this on Thursday's podcast, we were trying to brainstorm how should we do it, and we came to the decision $50 contributions is an extra pack, but I will just open packs naturally during my content. Okay, it went well immediately. We had 2 different people who did $50 tips, so we ended up opening 3 packs of this during my first podcast of having them back on Thursday. I thought the segment was fun and funny because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even understand, like, what are good cards or whatever. Now I know it's the art cards, which is supposed to be like the full card is a piece.
Just admitting, by the way, that it was a nonsense segment. He didn't know what was going on. He doesn't know anything about Pokemon, doesn't know the proper way to do it in order to not piss off the community. Just fucking full send into the nonsense. Or at least we're willing to admit it. We're not out here pretending as though we're the hottest new card pack opener.
Of artwork.
Gotta give him his credit where it's due.
And I did get one of those, but sadly it was like the elixir, so it was like a very low value one. Okay, but now I know kind of what I'm looking for as I open the packs.
But now we figured it out, so
ignorant, right?
Moving forward,
so
you can't even give him that anymore.
I'm doing it for 2 reasons. The first reason I'm doing it is that I do think it adds an additional level of interest in my content. People will be interested to see, hey, did Phil get anything today or whatever.
Why would that be something that people think of? I've never tuned into a content creator to be like, oh man, I wonder if they opened any sick packs and got cards that they don't value or know about or are not willing to resell. Boy, I sure hope they got something good. Never in my life, and I struggle to envision the people that are. I struggle to think that they're real.
It's kind of cool.
Also, Hobby Monster 666 saying he wanted 100 each at first, and then Blue saying 100 per pack will be the next box. I could foresee that, given the reselling requirement in order to get these cards in the first place. I could totally see him spending like $500 on a pack instead of $300, and then charging $100 per opening. I could totally see that grift in the future.
But on the flip side of it, I did it because I know that there is a insanely obsessed community of people on the internet based around this as a hobby.
Damn, I wonder if Atlas won any money gambling this week, said no one ever. I hope so. I hope no one ever said that. Like, if so, like, you've got a different problem, unfortunately. I hate to inform you. If you're concerned about Atlas's gambling earnings, stop, because Atlas does not gamble.
And I knew that it was going to basically get people talking, and it did. Because I'm not kidding. Apparently, over the last 2 to 3 days when I've been gone,
right?
Okay, people on the internet are talking about DSP is opening packs, and oh my God, he's a greedy, grifting scammer because he's charging people to open packs on stream, and he doesn't even give them the cards and this and that. To which I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm not a Pokemon.
So, not to stammer on stream, but when people are making criticisms of the guy and they're just openly calling out the exact behavior they're seeing and that they're taking umbrage with, his response is, what are you talking about? Look, unironically, his response is pure confusion. Doesn't know what's happening. Why is that his default state to everything that happens around him? And we're going to see that later with I have a video game clip, okay? He's just as confused. Thank you, Skirt Cobain, for the 5. Saying, did you see it's pretty much confirmed he bought a real sealed box? What a tool. I did not see that. I seen he spent an absurd amount of time yesterday trying to figure it out. But I don't know what I'm looking for in resealed Pokemon cards either. So I don't trust any of those bozos in his chat. They could just be lying to mess with him. Even I'm smart enough to not believe them.
card
I hope that's true, though, Skirt Cobain. I thank you for the 5. I really appreciate it. But I hope that's true. I hope he's getting scammed.
streamer. I didn't start a new channel called DS Unpacking, where now every day all I'm going to be doing is unpacking cards, and I'm going to be making video content around it. That's not the point. The point is I'll be doing this as additional pieces of content of already existing stuff, okay? And I think it's cool as something new to do. I mean, I did it with the WWE cards last year. And by the way, when I did it with the WWE cards, nobody cared. There was no complaints. But now, because it's Pokemon cards, apparently now I'm doing it wrong because it's Pokemon cards. How dare I do it with Pokemon cards? Because there's a big community around this. For what I'm going to understand, people.
Well, I mean, that might seem weird and arbitrary, but yeah, like if you were to go and speed run some niche game that no one ever basically speed runs, and you're the top world record because no one has ever really tried before, and you cheated, and then people come by later, or you go to a different game, would be the analogy, and then you go and cheat and try and be the best there, yeah, people are going to call you out on it then because you're in front of them and they notice it. Whereas before, they just didn't even know you existed. This isn't that absurd of a concept. It's actually pretty straightforward.
People are like,
but I'm glad he's willing to acknowledge that the WWE cards are also, or were also, just a grift. We're being very open as of late.
oh, there's other people, and the content they actually put on the internet is that they sit there and they'll say, oh, I bought a box of cards, and this is a box unboxing stream. All I'm going to do is unbox cards this stream. And they'll go through the entire box in one sitting. It takes hours sometimes to go through, but people will give them contributions.
I mean, do they take hours, though? I feel like an efficient card opener could probably unpack the entire thing in about an hour. If they even gave it, a reasonable amount of time. They could just run the whole pack through in 25 minutes if they wanted to. But thank you, Skirt Cobain, for confirming or at least providing some sort of evidence saying someone made a video showing that the cards that he got and the duplicates and card placement should not be how he got it. And so this could potentially be a reseal. Okay. Well, big ups for the information. Like I said, I hope it's true. Either way, he's making money off of it. But I hope he's making money and getting nothing in the form of an actual card.
During the stream, so it pays for itself.
Preying on his downfall somewhere.
Okay,
I've
never had any intention of doing that, nor is that this channel, right? Does this look like a Pokemon unboxing channel? No. Apparently, there's other streams that.
But it doesn't look like a fucking gaming channel either anymore. Let's be honest. So I am confused as to what the point of DSP Space Gaming is.
And for $50, you'll undo a pack of cards, and then you'll give them to the person. You'll mail them to the person who gave you the $50. Well, I'm not selling Pokemon cards. I never said I was going to sell Pokemon cards. And it's just.
Then why do we care about the value? I mean, I guess just another piece of information to give the audience, but it seems like if you care about the value, that you're interested in the value of the card for reselling purposes. Why else would you care about the value? If you didn't, then you'd just be talking about how cool the art is and how much you like everything and don't like everything.
It's hilarious to me because anytime that I do something, people try to compare it to what everyone else already does. I don't care what everyone else already does. I don't give a fuck what any other community does or what they think that the criteria are. That's not what I'm doing. This is supplemental to a gameplay stream or a podcast. It's just an extra thing I'm doing. It doesn't mean that I have to sell cards, open entire boxes, or do it in any way that anyone else does it. Tough shit. I'll do what I want because I'm DSP and I've been here longer than everybody else, and I'll be here longer than anyone else that does this shit. I do things in a different way because
that's not necessarily a positive thing either, by the way. The idea that he would be eternally trapped on YouTube, never able to do basically anything else in his entire life, and this is all he will ever be, I don't think that that's a flex. No, exactly, Penitence, not a flex at all. Honestly, very sad, very pathetic, very embarrassing that this is all he'll ever amount to. This is a trick. You might as well just trap him in the internet like a soul gem or something. Like transfer his essence into the internet instead for eternity because he values that more than real life. And that's very cool, obviously.
I march to the beat.
But he's so pig-headedly just defiant in independence in a way that is at his own detriment, and it really always has been. He's branching out into a new style of, if you can really even call it that, because this is not anything that extravagant. He's literally opening children's fucking playing cards. But he's branched out technically into a different community where he could have garnered a different viewing audience, like actually had a separate audience of people that does that thing he claims already happens, where they cycle out whether or not he's playing Pokemon or if he's playing something else or if he's opening cards. He actually could have had something akin to that out of the Pokemon card opening community. But instead, he just decides to shit on them for how they prefer to enjoy their content and giving him recommendations. And like, maybe this is all just people trolling him and telling him he's doing everything wrong because he's DSP. But this is definitely not the way to interact with them if you're unsure. You cannot be 100%. So you should probably give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. But he's just too stubborn. He's too pig-headed. We have to fight the internet for some reason. I'm going to be here longer than you idiots. Therefore, I'm right. As if just being around makes you correct.
To my own drum, and either you like it or you fuck off. It's that simple. I don't give a shit about your criticism.
I don't give a fuck what kind of content you want to watch. I don't give a shit if you find this entertaining. Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Your criticism's invalid because you're an idiot. No one cares about your fucking opinions around here.
Your criticism is valid because you're an idiot is not an argument in any sense of the imagination. That is an actual useless sentence that means nothing.
Okay? I don't care if there's a community of card
No
openers
evidence,
who are mad at
no
me.
real
You
argument
can
being
kiss my
made,
hairy
completely
ass, 'cause
illogical.
I'm going to do this however I want because I bought the box of cards. It's in my hand, not yours, and I could do with it whatever I want. I could light this box on fire live and destroy all the cards inside. That would just ruin all the value of what could be an ultra rare card.
Who gives a shit? I think that would be based. I think that would be the coolest thing DSP could do. If he if he purchased a $300, $500, $600 pack of Pokemon cards, made $500 and then lit the motherfucker on fire, I would low-key be jumping up and down in support of DSP over it. It would be so fucking funny to see this, the seethe in chat. Actual rage bait is funny, but he could never be that entertaining. He would never be able to do that because he doesn't have it in him.
I could give the cards away. I could keep them for myself. I could wipe my ass with them. And it's none of your fucking business. So kiss my fucking ass, and I will do with these.
A lot of ass play here. DSPs really want some analingus, you can tell. Lick his hairy ass, suck his ass, wipe his ass. We are King Scat today.
As I so choose, and you'll like it because I'm DSP and I am the king.
I'm the king. What a fucking cringe lord. 43 years old and you're on the internet telling people, I'm the king.
Anyway, so all that being said, today
Shout out to Sister Channel. All that being said,
open one pack because I'm playing Pokemon today, and I said whenever we do a Pokemon stream, I'll open a pack. But in honor of Detractors Are Jealous dropping the 10 subs, we're gonna do 2 packs. Now, if I receive a $50 contribution between now and the end of the podcast, we'll open 3 packs, etc., etc. Since we already know I'm opening packs now, we're actually gonna do it during the podcast. There may be days when we're not doing a podcast. Or, like, for example,
44,
tomorrow,
45?
we're going to do the trading card
genuinely
stream
forgore
on the late stream, and therefore, we'll probably do the card openings on the late stream rather than the first stream. But since we're already doing it, so we've got 2 packs that will be opened at the end of this podcast, okay? And then if any more contributions come in of $50 or more, then we will do another pack, and we'll see how it goes today, okay?
All right, sounds good, dude.
Cool.
What are the? Oh, this
The
is super
briefcase
sticker.
of affluence. Yeah. Oh man, all those Pokemon card openers are crying. Ooh, he's gonna open a pack.
You see how much he doesn't care? You see how much time we're spending on something we don't care about? How it didn't affect us at all, but we've internalized every criticism that they made. Yeah, that's super cool.
He's not gonna give the cards away.
Also, yeah, the briefcase of affluence, like, shout out that he gave was very limp-wristed. It was giving Big Gay Al from South Park. It was reminding me of the pastor from Letterkenny, if any of you have seen that. It was just, there was something really flagrant and feminine about it.
He's not gonna open the whole box on his
Small gay
stream.
Dave. Yo, he is Big Gay Al with the shirt,
Thanks
isn't
for
he?
$50. Whoever the heck that was, that's very much appreciated. So for those of you who aren't aware, low tier god LTG is not.
Oh yes, I forgot this was even in the clip. Despite naming it Pokemon gloating in LTG, for some reason DSP this week decided that he was going to insert himself into some LTG drama. And it apparently almost flew under my radar entirely because I forgot about this. But just we'll watch it. We'll just watch it because it's something.
Life could be a little better. I mean, he's already going through a lot of bad shit. For example, he apparently tried to have a DNA test taken to prove that his daughter wasn't really his daughter so that he wouldn't have to pay child support. But then even though he's the one who initiated this, he decided to pull out at the last minute.
Oh, you're right. LTG to distract from fucking Darziak leaks. You're right. See, this is what happens when I only stream once a week. And I'm not changing that.
Right there because that's something that he didn't do. Excuse me.
But LTG should have taken the paternity test for the record. I'm a firm believer that every child birthed should have a paternity test taken there at the hospital before you leave. So LTG not taking it and fucking himself over. If this is the truth, I'm not an LTG archivist in any sense of the word. I unfortunately have to get this through DSP.
No. Anyway, he decided not to take the test at the last minute, which made the court rule against him, and they ended up increasing the amount of money that he now owes to his baby mama, which he hasn't been paying, and he owes back pay for it, okay? So all this just...
like DSP owes back taxes. I said this last week. I genuinely think that it's more respectable somehow LTG owing back child support, which is already degenerate, is somehow more honorable than DSP owing back taxes. Like one of them is just poor play. Like, I don't know. They're both poor planning, I guess, but I view them in a different light.
Happened in the last like month to 2 months, and things are already getting bad for him in this regard. Okay. But then on top of that, there's this 8 million sub YouTuber. I guess his name is Jirian. And the way that I'm going to understand it,
he's talking about Gideon, by the way. This is the guy reporting on the events happening here. He doesn't even know the mainstream YouTuber's name that is looking into the events that are perspiring. Does that mean sweating? Anyway, he's trying to insert himself into this drama with this individual Jirian.
This guy actually started off on like TikTok, making videos exposing child predators. Like he actually was making videos about that guy EDP and shit like that. And apparently he blew up on TikTok making those kind of videos. And then he opened YouTube channels and the YouTube channels blew up. So this guy is like a huge sub YouTuber because of this.
Yeah, TikTok. Everything he doesn't know the guy's name. He's informed through detractor videos on LTG. And everything he says, he's clueless on TikTok. Like he's never been on the goddamn social media before. So what does he know about the events that's happening around him? Why are we talking about this if he's so fucking clueless on every aspect of it? It's almost like you could get this information from a more informed person. And I seen somebody earlier ask, isn't this the exact type of information that DSP says is going too far? This is the type of skeletons in the closet, the dirty laundry that's personal that shouldn't be aired out in front of everybody publicly? Absolutely, yes, it is. Just undeniably, this is the exact type of thing that if this were in the quartering style documentary, he would have been like, well, I don't really want to talk about this. I don't have anything to say about this because this is personal information. But because it's LTG and he's involved in the most one-sided rivalry to ever exist with this man for no reason other than that he wants the BBC, we just get to air this out on our own platform all the time. And we feel no ills, no quarrels with this whatsoever. That's who DSP is. A rat and a fucking hypocrite, undeniably.
So I guess he already had known about LTG from years ago, but he didn't know the extent of the rabbit hole and how deep it went. He just thought, much like me, he just thought, oh, this is just some asshole who's very braggadocious, very narcissistic. You know, he plays fighting games and then he rage quits them and shit like that. And he thought that was the extent of it. He didn't know anything about LTG's past, about how he had, I mean, we watched it together, that Tarnished Pennies clip, where he's saying, oh, you should find a woman who's underage and groom her for years, and then finally when she's of age, then she should be your woman. It's like, what?
Yeah,
like,
unhinged talk from a lolcow, boss.
In videos. Like, what kind of content did this guy put out?
So we're willing to take that at face value and believe it and believe he meant it, he done it, he said it, or whatever. But this is the guy who's gonna who worked with Wings, who wants the best for him, has had multiple conversations with him late at night underneath the covers next to his wife, and he has said very similar shit. So either you take it at face value and you believe it, or you let the shit slide. DSP, why are we picking and choosing on which lolcow we're gonna believe? And I see you guys yelling about Panda. We're going to get there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely insane. So, anyway, he now finally has gotten wind of all of this going on and has been doing, every day he's been doing new streams on LTG. And so an audience of millions are now
Gideon found a new person to grift off of. Hell yeah, dude.
Being exposed to LTG in a way that he's never been
I don't
exposed
know how this is
before.
news.
Like
I mean, sorry, Jirian. My bad. I don't know who this Gideon individual is.
Most of the internet just thought that he was just some kind of a big-headed asshole who said stupid shit, you know, about video games and stuff like that. No one knew the extent of the crazy shit that this guy has said and done over the years, and the fact that he basically is mistreating women. He has a kid that he ignores. He freaking has said these horrible things about like basically grooming and pedophilia and stuff. Crazy shit.
Yeah, he's an egomaniac, fucking like narcissist degenerate. Like, this is what lolcows are. Why? I don't know how anybody ever thought that this was playing out in any other way. Like, every lolcow is basically this, just on a loop.
Okay? So he's been just...
Or they're more sick and more disgusting.
Absolutely being destroyed by this Jirian guy for days and days. And apparently yesterday, on stream, Jirian said, you know, I wonder if LTG, how his income works. Because how is it that he has these thousands of subs and everything on his stream? Does anyone believe that it's real? Does anyone believe that his streams actually have thousands of viewers like it says they do? And basically, like, he had a former mod come on and was talking, like, you know, I don't have any evidence, but it always seemed weird that he would have 1,000 people in on his stream, but no one talking in chat. Well, guys, if you're not aware...
But again, the exact type of thing that if we did this to DSP, he'd be having a fucking conniption over it. And why we're, you know, getting away from the Darziak leaks as it is. Because you can't take any of these people seriously. They're obviously trolls and detractors, beings that they're former mods, and them speaking out can't be trusted. It's an irreparable fucking source or whatever. But for some reason, once again, because it's happening to a different lolcow that's not him, he has arbitrarily decided that everything that the trolls or detractors or you know, naysayers have to say is automatically the truth. And it's real, of course. Thank you, Son of Jade. That's a tough thing to be. For the 2,500 CLP. And you say, I find it really hard to believe that Phil's gay. Gay men wouldn't be caught dead looking like Phil does. I don't think Phil has sex. I've never seen proof that Phil is attracted to anybody, in all honesty. I think he likes spending time with men more than women, which I would call gay, by the way. But he strikes me as an asexual type. That's why his relationship is so perfect with Kat, because neither of them are looking to climb into bed together, boss. It's just the way that it is. So I have to half agree with you. But it is weird that he wants to talk more about men than women on a regular basis, in every capacity.
I already exposed LTG for all of this during my King's Court stream back in April. I already proved 100% that the guy is faking all of his income.
And DSP is the one that proved, with beyond a shadow of a doubt, this will hold up in court, of course, that LTG is faking his income. It was DSP's research that brought all of this to the forefront. You know, the troll videos that he watched and the other people's tweets and discussions that he read. But it was DSP that discovered all of this, obviously. He was the detective on the case. He did all of the work. He showed the files. It's true. He busted out the Rolodex and spent all day putting the contacts together, dude. Thank you, Skirt Cobain, for the 2, saying Jirian is my favorite DBZ character. I didn't even know that was a DBZ character. So big ups. I'm glad he's getting a shout out. And thank you, Krauser Zero, for the 26 months. Saying 26 months of Atlas. Well, I feel sorry for you. My bad, boss.
Because
my
one
bad.
of
I appreciate
his
it, but my bad.
whales came to my stream and dropped a bunch of subs. And then after the fact, a few days later, I found out that the subs were nearly worthless because this guy's in one of these countries where basically the sub is worth way less than it would be if he was American. So in the USA...
Before he pig-splains this for the 1,000th time, the evidence that DSP put together, apparently, is that a single individual LTG whale came by and gifted him some Argentinian subs. Therefore, all of LTG's money is fake. He's getting paid pennies on the dollars for all of his subs. Obviously, all the super chats or fucking tips and all of that. It's obviously fake because DSP had one interaction with one random whale that could have just sent him Argentinian subs for the meme. You don't even fucking know. But this is, again, beyond a shadow of a doubt, 100% true.
If you buy a subscription to my, well, it's a membership on
it could be someone with the same name even. We don't know. We are just making this shit up.
YouTube. If you buy a membership to my channel on YouTube, it's $3.99. But this guy was buying them for less than $1. Okay? So it was absolutely crazy that this guy comes in and he dropped 50 memberships. Oh my God. That's going to be hundreds of dollars. No, it ended up being like $40. And so that's how LTG does his stuff, is he counts every single contribution as equal. It makes it look like he's incredibly affluent, when in reality, the vast majority of the income he gets is all devalued. And he probably has certain people who do this for him to try to blow him up and look rich.
See, and this is based off of nothing. We're just throwing this random idea out there as though it's fact with no other evidence other than what we've already listed, which is nothing. Big Matty asking, doesn't that whale gift LTG subs on Twitch, which doesn't have regional pricing? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I think it's weird that DSP cares this much. Like, as a reasonably normal individual, I say that very cautiously, even I can't give a fuck about whether or not LTG is making the amount of money that he claims he's making, because it doesn't matter. He's still pathetic and embarrassing, and that's what I'm here for. I can't imagine Pocket watching a fucking a random lolcow actually this scrupulously. That's not a word. I'm really rough on the words today.
When in reality, he ain't. When in reality, he doesn't make nearly as much as I do. And I know this for a fact because I've taken a look at his metrics, and I know for a fact that he's not making residual income like I do. He doesn't even make the stream income like I do.
Yeah, he's not making pennies per 67,000 fucking videos or 70,000 videos or whatever it is.
All his subs are basically devalued or fake. Plus, he's spending money likely botting himself or having other people bot him to make it look like he's popular when he's not. He's a phony. So anyway, I tweeted Jirian last night.
I tweeted Jirian. He's tweeting at this person now, and he doesn't even know their name. Trying to self-insert himself into the drama with an individual he doesn't even know the name of.
Hey, if you want to talk about this, we could talk about it. I don't know if he would want to talk about it on stream or if he just wants to have a private conversation about how he operates, because I have evidence of stuff. I have evidence, meaning I guess that there was a whale that gave him Argentinian subs. That's our evidence. And we're going to give that to Jirian, of course. We're going to screenshot that somehow and put it into the DMs. It's up to him. But if he's really interested in it, I mean, this guy has been one of the biggest phonies ever on the internet for many, many years. And now finally the crap is hitting the fan. It's just like I've said over the last...
Also, greatly inflating LTG's importance or relevance on the internet to call him one of YouTube's or one of the internet's biggest phonies for years. Holy shit, are we putting LTG on a pedestal here? He's not that deep, man. LTG is actually a nobody in the grand scheme. There's far more important, and again, normal things to be discussing. Like it really is a subset of niche individuals on the internet that even know who LTG is, let alone care.
Several years. Why is it that these people have flown under the radar for so long, but everyone A-logs me, right?
Because he sucks. DSP is actually less likable than LTG. It's hard to put into words. And that's why I told the Atlas segment of a random coworker that asked me about him, and I showed him 20 seconds, because that's all it takes. He has such a like negative detracting aura on himself that it basically instantly resonates with all people that experience who he is. Even in his like unaltered raw state of just him talking, he irritates something in the soul that I think is pure and real.
USA. All right, guys, let's be honest. Like the quartering, and this guy now, it's Gideon, not Jerry. How do you say his name? Gideon? Gideon? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've only seen clips of his stream. How do you say Gideon? Gideon? Someone tell me how to pronounce his name, because I have no.
I don't even know how you would pronounce it, Gideon. I don't know on what planet you would arrive at Gideon.
Okay, I apologize. So, anyway, in regards to this, all right, basically, I can help the guy out. I mean, with some information, but that's up to him. If he has no interest in it, it's fine. You know, I get it, because I'm a loud cow on the internet. And so he probably doesn't want to talk to me about it, because probably it'll bring him negative attention or whatever to be talking with someone like me. And that's fine. But the truth is I actually have all the information, because I was already researching this for April.
Imagine being such a plague that even talking to people gets them like an unbelievable amount of harassment and negativity instantly hurled their way. Imagine being such a blight, such a plague, such a locust, that this is the way that you exist in the world with other people. And I mean, that's not necessarily true. DSP's kind of exaggerating in this aspect, but he is true. It's true to some extent. It's both.
I already figured the whole thing out, and I already talked about it on a stream and exposed the dude. And then he unblocked me from Twitter to say that I was gay for him, and then he reblocked me.
Well, that's true and hilarious. So, Son of Jade has said that Phil is so unlikable that he's shown clips of DSP to people who barely speak English, and they undeniably hate him. And I actually saw that comment this week on a different DSP clip, that they had shown it to people who did not speak English, and they also did not like him very quickly. It transcends language barriers. Like I said, I think it's something in the soul that is pure and righteous and good and just that hates DSP. To the point where I'm convinced if you like DSP, there might be something intrinsically wrong with your soul. Like your nature, your being, your essence.
Not Gideon, but LTG did that.
Yeah, the king of being hate.
So anyway, it's up to him if he wants to contact me or not. You know, he can DM me on X, or he can send me an email or whatever. You know, I don't know how to contact the guy otherwise, because he doesn't have open DMs or anything.
Yeah, he's like a 40K void human. That's true. That's a good comparison. Just off-putting to everyone in a way that they don't even understand, but they feel it.
Okay. But anyway, LTG is not having a good time right now. He is hard up. He is in a lot of pain, and deservedly so. Because
dude, fucking imagine saying this, like we do, but imagine saying this about DSP again. Well, I can't believe these people are preying on my downfall. What did I ever do? He wouldn't say it like that, but what did I ever do to them? Why do they literally asked just a minute ago? Why do they A-log me when LTG is out there? And then he's over here. Well, he fucking deserve it. Yeah, he's going through it, and it's his fucking just dues.
The guy's a vile human, and
he's a vile human.
Parades around the internet like he's not involved with all these horrible things. He hasn't said these horrible things. He said far worse things than I've ever said, that's for sure.
You could say all of that about DSP, obviously, except for the latter bit. But yeah, he's a vile human being that's going around acting the way he does and saying all of the things that he says. And he has said way worse things than I think.
And it's just terrible that he just gets away with it, and people just want to put their fingers in their ears. Like this.
Turn on the oven.
Dude, it's right there. You could play the clip of what he said about tarnished pennies and Drake. And this story he told about
and Drake is where he crossed the line, folks. I was cool when he was talking about grooming little girls or whatever, but the second he mentioned Drake, I'm over it. I'm not listening to that rap babble, buddy. Get out of here.
Some girl Well, I guess it was like on Facebook or whatever.
Also, Old Man Jenkins saying he said far funnier things too. Well, and this goes to, I believe I've said this on stream as well. If you are funny, people will let you get away with far more than if you were not. They will let so many transgressions pass simply because you make them laugh. And DSP has never been able to reap any rewards off of that because he's not funny. He genuinely doesn't understand this about human beings. That if you are comedic in any way, people will let you get away with a lot.
He met her when she was 14 and he talked to her until she was 18 and then he slept with her. Like, dude, that's grooming. That's like the definition of grooming.
That's the definition of grooming. I agree, DSP.
Explain it better than that. That's actually what grooming is. And you did it. And you openly, publicly admitted to it. Like, what the hell? Why?
Shout out, Phil is a proven pedophile in the chat, spamming Phil groomed Panda when she was still a child. We're just letting that happen all up in the chat here for all my audio styles.
Internet presence. Because this is the problem is people see that shit and they'll be like, oh, well, look, this guy has 5,000 subs and he's a successful streamer with all this prominence and he makes all this money. He lives in a house for himself. No one should be following his example. No one. No one should be a horrible person to women on the internet and then get away with it and become prominent and rich. They shouldn't. I mean, quite frankly, the guy is a lowlife and he shouldn't be having any level of success for what he's done. It's fucked up.
Is that the hill we're gonna die on, DSP? Are we gonna go out of our way to try and stop or cancel every single internet individual who shouldn't have any sort of relevance on the internet because they did things that are scummy and degenerate? Like, is that actually the stance we're taking? We got a lot of work to do. This is gonna be a full-time thing, I think, because there's a lot of it. It's like one of the superpowers of the internet, unfortunately.
So he's finally getting exposed, and it is, it is what it is. I guess we'll see, but that's what's going on right now. Okay.
All right. That was definitely worth our time, guys. LTG owes child support.
Okay.
And Jirian is looking into him.
That's what's going on with LTG. We got that out of the way. Okay.
Got that out of the way, as though it was an obligation. We were contractually obligated to discuss DSP today. We got it out of the way, as though we didn't even want to.
And then Cy Bowen with a $2 super chat says, great drama segment about a groomer by a groomer, except I'm not a groomer. That idiocy that people always say about my ex a million years ago is not true.
Not true. Okay. Now, with the accusations levied, I would really request that DSP put forth some sort of evidence, some sort of dates that we could like when's her birthday, when was the first day you remember talking to her, maybe some chat logs throughout the history, literally anything. He's had almost 20 years to make this right, and he ignored it so far that having any evidence is low-key ridiculous at this point. But
only met my ex when she was already.
This is the hole we have dug. We're dying in here.
I never talked to her ever beforehand. So, good luck with your nonsensical stories that you made up because you don't like me.
Okay. Well, he gave us permission, folks.
You're an idiot. Okay.
I guess. Yeah, look, if that's the prerequisites. There we go. It's tough today. I'm an idiot and I get to keep peddling things that are untrue because I don't like DSP, and then people fall for them. I'll take the deal. Fuck it. Fuck it. It doesn't even matter. Detractors coming out on top with the blessing once again. Very cool. This next clip is Pokemon related again. I'm sorry. But this is actually the clip that I had shown my coworker 20 seconds of.
$5 animation. Small chance it's Frog or a Pokemon card. If it's Frog, it's Flex. If it's Pokemon animation, open cards. No, that would, because then you have to understand something, okay? This box has 36 packs of cards in it, okay? This box costs over $300 to buy.
Yeah, I'm crashing out if there's any frog flexing in any of these clips that I've gathered today. It would be my own fault and my own doing, but I'm gonna crash out anyway. I can't take that shit no more, man. The cringe, gross boomer flex. Ugh.
And it takes several days to get here. Okay? We've established this when I got it, correct? Okay. If I make it $5 to open a pack, this box will be done in 1 week.
Okay.
And then I'll be ordering new boxes every single week.
Okay.
Okay?
What does that mean to the audience? Why would they give a shit about either of those pieces of information? They don't care how often you have to buy them, and they don't care how quickly you go through them. Why would they? They're not the ones that are, they're sending the money to see the cards. They got what they wanted. Everything else is superfluous. Who gives a fuck? But we're putting this down as though we're really educating them. We're really telling them.
I will make less money opening the cards than I spent on the cards.
Why would they care? They got what they wanted. Still, we're just raising points that realistically should not matter to the viewing audience whatsoever.
It's 36 packs. Would you like to do the math? Okay, let's do some math for people because they apparently can't understand
pig
basics.
math.
You ready?
I love pig
Here's
math.
a calculator. Let's open the calculator. So
It's
let's
like girl
say,
math, but dumber
including the price
somehow.
of the cards, tax, shipping, which I don't know. Let's just say it cost me $350. I'm just approximating there. I don't know exactly. But let's say it cost me $350.
And the math we're doing is just made up now. Okay, this is a great way to do math when you literally just make up the fucking numbers. Okay.
Okay? Let's divide by 36 packs in the box. For me to break even.
Dashing saying this fucking sent me. The guy said a chance to be an said a chance to be an animation. Make it 5%. You make more. You mathy literate fuck. Well, he has control over the chance. If genuinely this guy's like, oh, if I don't get the frog flex, we do the pack. Just raise the fucking frog flex chance. It really is that simple. Then never open a pack. I mean, all the controls are in DSP's favor, but instead of doing it discreetly or quietly and low-key kind of snakily, he'd rather just yell at his audience. That's genuinely what he would rather be doing, is yelling at the audience.
No actual idea of trying to do profit or anything like that. I need to charge $10 a pack to open the packs. Okay? That's to break even, not to make a profit. If I do a $5 animation to open a pack, then I make no money. So why did I buy it?
Do we have to make money? Is that also what contractual obligation? Like we must make money or the stream is getting shut down or something? I thought he wasn't poor. I thought we could do things like this on stream now because he's not so hard up for money and there's times at which things cannot be profitable but simply entertaining for the stream. I thought that was the narrative.
That doesn't make any sense. What you're saying makes
Yeah, it's supplemental content. You don't have to pay for supplemental content. It's supposed to supplement the normal content, which you don't pay for.
Absolutely no sense. Now think of it this way. If you do it as $50, or I just open packs for free every once in a while, a couple of streams you'll still see a pack or two, right? That's nice. You'll always get to see a pack whenever I play Pokemon. You'll always get to see a pack whenever I play the trading card game.
That actually sounds awful. I'm going to be honest. I said this personally to some individuals, but I think it's true, so I'm going to say it here. I hate to be the guy who looks back at segments that DSP used to do that I complained about the whole time and be like, I think that was better, though. But I really do think that as an audio-style individual, Pokemon cards might be the worst segment he's ever done, and I would legitimately rather go back to talking about the RGBs. Legitimately would rather go back to talking about RGBs because at least when he said, oh, the room is purple and it's yellow and it's pulsing, or we're doing a rainbow, today for whatever reason, or I tried to match it with the Resident Evil red or whatever the fuck, it didn't matter. At least I could envision those colors and I know what his room looks like and it is what it is, right? I can paint a fairly accurate picture. I can spin the apple in my mind, let's say. But when it comes to Pokemon, I actually don't have any fucking clue what he's talking about. None of these names mean anything to me. I don't know what the art looks like. I don't know what the card is going to look like when he says that they're foils or I know what the full art ones look like now, or he says metallic and then doesn't describe it very much beyond that. It's actually just a terrible audio experience. And he has the fucking audacity to do them during the pre-stream. Something that is supposed to be able to be audio styled. He says you can enjoy the pre-stream podcast on fucking YouTube Music without any video and just listen to it regularly. And then he has, again, the audacity to do Pokemon for 45 fucking minutes, dude.
And then if someone else wants to see one, They have the ability to do it, and it's an added bonus for everybody.
Sorry if that's an Atlas L, if that's an unpopular opinion, but it is such a miserable experience dealing with the audio version of the pre-stream every day when all he's fucking doing is saying names of Pokemon and then not saying shit else.
And I make money. And then guess what? I won't go through the box in a week. I won't have
Crashing
to
out
spend
a little bit.
$350
It's been bothering me all
a
week.
buying Pokemon cards. I won't have to spend over $1,000 a month buying Pokemon cards because I won't be opening 10 packs a stream. Does that make sense? I mean, really.
I guess it makes sense if I gave a fuck how much money DSP was spending, but I don't. So this rant is entirely lost on me.
Realistically, I want you to think about it this way. What if, all right, on a stream, 50 people all donated $5 and it ended up being 30-some packs on one stream? In one stream, I could open the entire box with your idea. You really haven't thought this through, have you? Here's your answer.
And if that, again, implying that his audience has to think the entire idea all the way throughout and ensure that DSP is coming out up. He's coming out net positive on buying the Pokemon cards. Why would they take that into consideration in their plan to make you open more cards? It doesn't matter to them.
Answer. No. You did. I did. Okay. Holy crap. And Jack Ryan Gaming did a $2 super chat. He says, you said it wasn't about making money. Well, first off, if it wasn't about making money, if this wasn't my job, nothing would be monetized. No contributions would be accepted. There would be, no.
I hate this line of argument, by the way. If it wasn't about money, I would never take any money whatsoever. I don't think that it's, as DSP usually says, it's not black or white. It's somewhere in between. It's a shade of gray or something. I don't think that just taking or accepting money or taking money or however you want to put it is necessarily making it all about the money. But DSP is necessarily making it all about the money every single time.
No ads running on the content. I wouldn't be in the Kick Partner program. So what you're saying is foolish, okay? What I said.
But he uses it every single time to try and shut down the entire argument instead of arguing any of the actual nuance that should be argued to make his defense a defense at all.
Was that I didn't just buy Pokemon cards to monetize them and sell them. I wanted to accentuate the content I was already making. I wanted
His
to
hat is
supplement it
shrinking.
with something
I
more
agree.
interesting that's a little different than just raw gameplay. That's different. It's not about, oh, I have a business now where all I'm doing is making videos where I open packs and I'm selling cards to people on the internet. But it's a nice added thing to supplement the content, to give
We
added
did it
quality
again.
to
Supplement the content. But in order to get the supplementation, you have to pay for it. Well, it's not very supplementary then, is it?
dead content. It's the same as me improving my camera, me improving the lighting, me getting a better microphone, me having cool animations over here. It supplements the content. Does that
You used to eat 4 eggs for breakfast. I then gave you 2 and said these hash browns are to supplement the other 2. And then you said, okay, give me the hash browns. And I said, that'll be $50. You just got scammed.
make sense? Okay. Of course, this is about making money. It's my job. How could I make a living doing this if it wasn't for money? That's a foolish thing you're saying. But I appreciate the $2. And then Andrew with a $2 super
Such
chat
a
says, hey,
shitter,
Jared, I
dude.
love your content. You know, I'm happy being me and being where I am, you know, quartering.
Are we? I mean, are we?
With all the money that guy has made over the years, a million businesses he runs, employees he has. I'll be honest with you. After watching the documentary, I think that I am much happier than him.
DSP thinks he's much happier than 90% of the internet. I don't know why this even needs to be said. He genuinely thinks that anybody that has basically ever made a negative video or left a negative comment is some basement dwelling, no life, no maiden having, did I already say basement dwelling, parent living at the house style individual ever in existence. Like, that's what he thinks of every negative YouTube comment in the world. So, of course, he thinks this about the quartering. This is, again, just a useless sentence to waste time.
When it comes to, like, enjoying what I do for a living, you know what I mean? Like, I love coming out here and hanging out with you guys every day and having a good time and making
coming out here, as in going to the spare bedroom in his own house that he was already in. Coming out here as though it's some sort of event that he is putting on in a field with a stage. You know, it's an actual show. Coming out here. live from Rented.
Gonna live and doing it. And him at the end of that documentary, he's just like, I'm completely burnt out and I overwork myself and he's miserable and like, damn, that's just fucking terrible. Imagine being actually affluent, like having tons of money.
Okay.
Running multiple businesses.
Actually affluent, as opposed to when DSP was normal style affluent, not an actual affluent person, of course.
Businesses that are successful and you hate your life and job. Like, fuck. That'd be like, what's the point then? Right? What is the point of being successful if you hate your success? Can't wait for
probably like existence and like supporting your family whom you probably care about deeply. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of very successful people who wish that they could spend more time doing the things they love and with the ones that they love, but they have to do it because life is hard sometimes. I don't know. I'm not defending the quartering in this aspect because he's a weird, gross, degenerate cuck himself, and I don't think that this necessarily relates to him. But like, there are reasons as to why that would be the case. That's insane to not understand.
more Pokemon cards. I love this new thing you're doing. You have many detractors absolutely frothing with anger. They're jealous. No, I know. They're incredibly upset that I am doing something that's successful. They can't stand it when DSP is successful.
Yeah.
Because they have to
I'm
admit
seething.
it.
I'm coping.
Because here's the thing. If it wasn't working, they'd all make fun and say, ha ha, your idea isn't working, right? But now because it's working, they're furious. Because they're like, he's making money? People are liking his content? No! And detractors are jealous. Just dropped 10 subs on Kick just like that. Boom.
Well, that kind of defeats the narrative that he always pushes, that detractors make up lies and exaggerate to support their own narratives that are false. He just said if it was doing bad, detractors would say that he's doing bad, but since he's not, they can't. So then we make fun of something else? Yeah, if you were a stinky bitch and then you showered, I would no longer call you stinky. I would then instead make fun of your bow-leggedness. And or whatever else ailments you have in your defective genetics. Yeah, sorry. That's the way things work when you suck that fucking bad.
Oh.
When there's
10
infinite things to
subs.
bully you over.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
we could just move on.
That is amazing support. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. A whopping $50 of support. Of course, I'm going to ask you, does that mean you want me to open a pack of cards?
Of course.
I'm assuming it does because you're talking about the Pokemon cards.
Right? Yo, wait. Detractors are jealous gifted a sub to Felipe Baxter. Felipe Baxter? What are you doing on the screen?
Right?
That guy's everywhere.
Our first flex of the day.
Fuck! God damn it! All right.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough crash out.
Actually, I didn't even do curls last night. I'm doing curls tonight for my biceps.
I feel
But
like I
did work on my
disappointed in the
triceps
crash
last
out, but
night.
I already crashed
So my
out about
triceps
Pokemon.
actually,
So it's like,
they're looking pretty nice today. Look at that, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
actually beating our chests like a gorilla style, like a ape, like a chimpanzee.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, first of all, a lot of the times I'm just being silly. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, cool. Now do 10 push-ups. If we could get DSP modern day to do push-ups, like real ones, not this little sissy, knee-style push-ups he was doing for his boyfriend, but
And razzing.
maybe
You know
then
what
he
I'm
would
saying?
actually prove
Like,
something.
If someone in the Kick chat is trying to say something to me, like that guy earlier, and he had zero grammar in his statement, and I can't read it, I'm just messing with him. I don't really care. It's just that I would like to be able to understand someone's statement the first time I read it rather than have to ask them 3 times what they meant. You know what I mean?
Then why don't we do that to Jade? Why are we arbitrarily not, why are we fluent in Jadenese? We took the time to fucking Duolingo Rosetta Stone Jadenese. But if somebody forgets a comma or an apostrophe, this guy like automatically can't read it. Like they're speaking a foreign language. Insane.
But I'm not ultra serious. I'm not a grammar Nazi. If I were a grammar Nazi, I would talk to no one. Because I hate to say it, most people modern day barely have any grammar.
He already talks to no one, by the way. He discusses topics and subject matters with 0 people other than his fat wife, who's obligated to live under the same roof.
For sentence structure at all. They grew up in a world that didn't need it. They grew up on an always online, world. But I know what you're saying. What happens is if I even joke, my detractors take it as something serious and then they make toxic content out of it. But here's the thing.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have no comedic ability whatsoever. Like, that is just a byproduct of not being funny, is that people don't know when you're joking and unfortunately take your jokes, maybe even out of context, because they sound too serious. Sorry, buddy. You should have went to like a fucking comedic timing school or something instead of business school. It actually would have been better for his business.
They make toxic content out of everything. Today, if I came to stream and I was the most awesome-mannered person ever and absolute
awesome-mannered person. Not polite, not well-behaved, awesome-mannered.
no drama, nothing.
I wish I
Play
had
the
an
game
awesome
perfectly.
manner.
They would make up
Set up in this
'cause that's what they
stupid
do.
fucking
They've
book
done it before.
tower.
Like, no matter what I do, it's not good enough for them. That's their own content farm that they make. So I don't care what they say. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be chill. I'm going to have fun. My fans get it. They know I'm not really being a dick and I don't really care. But the people who want to...
My fans know I don't care about anything and that this is meaningless to me. Well, what a good defense, DSP. Thank you, Now Ronan, for the 10, saying fact that he's charging 10 times the amount to open a $5 pack, not giving anything away is a scam. The Pokemon community already has enough issues with scalping, scamming, Logan Paul, fighting, etc. I agree, and probably why they took so big an umbrage with DSP in the way that he was behaving. But of course, he decided to double down instead of righting his wrongs and chilling out for a goddamn second. Thank you for the TED, Now Ronan. Big ups. I appreciate it, man.
make an issue out of everything I say and do can jump off a cliff. I don't care.
Yeah, you guys can literally kill
I do not
yourselves.
care
I
about
don't
that
even
at all.
care.
They really don't affect me in any way, shape, or form. They don't care
Again,
about
what
my
a great
content. They don't
defense.
actually want me to improve. They actually just want to A-log me all day. They want to say that no matter what I do is not good enough. So I don't care about them at all. Zero care about what they say and do and all the content they make. It's all garbage. They are insignificant. Okay?
People who criticize me and say they don't like what I'm doing are stupid, idiotic, and insignificant. Once again, nowhere in there is there an actual argument or defense or any sense of logic whatsoever, where it's all subjective. I don't like you, therefore the things you say can't be correct. Right. To get away from Pokemon, at least for a second or two, like I said at the beginning, at the top, as they say in show business, nothing is going right except for nothing is going right for DSP except for Pokemon. If it's not named Pokemon, it's not doing well. There, I got through it eventually. And that includes basically all video games. You know, the thing that he's known for, has been known for, is his entire legacy that he's leaving on the internet. He makes residuals off of it. Yeah, it's not going so hot.
So overall, it feels incredibly similar to Subnautica 1. Maybe there are some minor tweaks, but I didn't play Subnautica 1 for many years. It definitely feels like the same game again. Obviously, there's probably new plot, new enemies or whatever, but if you've played Subnautica 1, you've basically played Subnautica 2. I think that this is the kind of game that would work for someone who wants to relax, explore, and have a chill experience while also being careful to survive. You know, you don't want to be too careless. At the same time, the game says it'll auto-revive you, which is interesting. That'll just make another copy of your body, and you get, 3D printed back at the base if you die, which is interesting.
Okay. Well, this sounds like a game right up DSP's alley. You get auto-revived. There's essentially no penalty for dying, and he loves a chill, fun stream where he also has to survive a little or something. This literally sounds like the exact type of game DSP should be playing on the night stream. How is this going so poorly? How is this not working?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, disappointing. People asked me to play it, and sadly tonight, on the kick side, nothing but trolls, to be honest. Like, all people trolling all night. And on the YouTube side, not a lot of people showed up who said that they wanted to see it. Support, really low. For example, Uncle just did $4 more, so thank you, Uncle.
Thanks, Uncle.
So we're ending tonight at $44. That's really bad. So, I hate to say it. I've said this before, too. There's two factors. Number one is that we used to do games like this
Right.
all the time.
We used to.
And people basically told me that they got bored of them. So that's why we haven't really done this kind of chill, slow grind style game in a long time.
Chill, slow, grind style game. Okay. So I didn't know that chill, fun, grind style games were off the board. As much as I unfortunately watch DSP throughout the week, I have somehow missed this fun fact that we are no longer interested in chill night streams. This is news to me. I'm genuinely flabbergasted. How? How did I miss this information? I thought the Dents loved being chill at nighttime.
Usually, if there's a game that people want me to play, they'll tell me about it and has viral popularity and something I've never heard of. Like, remember what happened with RimWorld? And that'll work for a while. But this game,
we just played RimWorld not that long ago. Huh?
And it is the same game. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that if you have Game Pass, this is a fine game to relax or whatever. But I didn't think that this would particularly work for my audience today. People aren't asking me to just find games where we relax and talk all night anymore. Like, they're not. You know what I'm saying?
No, they asked you to play Subnautica 2. They asked you to play Forza. That you're right. They're not requesting that he find chill style games. They are straight up telling him what they want to see him play and give a shot.
So, for me, you know, I play it and I'm like, well, it's kind of the same. I wonder how people are going to react. Well, they reacted exactly how I expected. So here's the deal. Like, if you guys like this, I need to know. But right now, I'm going to be honest with you. After tonight's reception... Oh, I'm getting dehydrated. Are you kidding? Well, I already manually saved. I guess we can exit. After tonight's reception, no. I don't think I'm playing it again. I don't know why I would. The people who were here complained, and the people who said that they liked it and wanted it apparently didn't show up, and almost no one supported the stream. So that's a disappointment. Now listen.
That's disappointment. I love coming out here and doing this for you guys. I love every day when I get on stream and I hang out with you guys and we play fun, chill games and we have a good time and I'm raging or whatever. And then you get, you know, cut to this. Well, this is a disappointment. There's not enough support. I don't even know why I would continue to play this game. You guys aren't coming out. You're saying you're going to, and then you don't. No one's supporting. You're fucking putting Patrick emotes in the chat. It's again just completely juxtaposed. Well, in one side, right out the other.
It was a test.
I really am having a tough time. I'm having like a stroke or something today.
Thank goodness that I didn't really schedule this for tons of streams. But yeah, I wish that it did better. I do, because, you know...
Kel, I just subbed to the channel. Don't get anything.
And this would have been a nice, relaxing one. It just didn't work.
You had to be the coolest guy I know.
The proof is in the pudding, as they say. You see what happened tonight. All trolling on one side, very little positivity on the other, and a lot of people saying that it's just boring. You know? Say Henshin Agogo says the issue with these kind of games, they just take too long for exciting moments. It's the same with Soros. Too many repetitious streams and it turns people away. Yeah, you see, here's the thing.
Just telling him what he wants to hear, by the way. Just blame the repetition. Don't say that it's, you know, the content creator that's not entertaining, because obviously you'll get banned. Don't tell him that it's his job to ensure that people are engaged the whole time. Once again, he'll just be banned. Just blame the game, let him move on, and the fucking stream.
I kind of knew what I was doing, because we played the first game. If I didn't play the first one,
LARP him to
this would
sleep
have been
already.
a tough stream of trying to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing? What order to do things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like I had a leg up knowing for the first game, but at the same time, is it really fun to set up your initial stuff or whatever? Not really. You know, for the player, yes. For the viewer, probably not. So again, I'd like feedback, but right now,
but again, that's just a failing on the fucking content creator. I would argue that the majority of the fun to be had in survival games is in the beginning half of the game rather than the latter half. Getting your foundation underneath you and actually getting something together so that you can start expanding out and conquering, essentially, is far more entertaining than the actual conquering itself, I believe. But you have to know a thing or two and be able to do it in a reasonably efficient and entertaining way. And he's incapable. And you saw that when it came to Minecraft. Like getting your first house built together and ensuring that you have the resources to do the spelunking and expeditions you need to gather more resources and build bigger things and all of that is entertaining. It's just not what it's DSP, because he'd rather build an entire fucking gymnasium for a house and spend all day on his pier that's 4 blocks away. Thank
I'm a
you, Pope,
god.
Super,
How can
Kame,
you kill a
Jizzler,
god? What a grand and
for the 25
intoxicating
months.
innocence.
Saying big ups. I got nothing to insult Phil over I haven't said before. I feel like we're all in that boat, unfortunately. Saying, always scamming and grifting. He's going to leave the mortal plane sitting in that chair. God, I hope so. I hope we get to watch it. That would be, that would clearly be peak lolcow entertainment. Literally dying in the chair. That's how you ascend in lolcowdom, I believe.
No, I just don't have plans to
Thank
play
you for
it
the 25
again.
months.
Just did not do well tonight at all. All right. So thank you for those who did watch live. If you watch this on demand after the fact, I love your thoughts, but what can I say? I gave it a shot, right? No one can say, oh, Phil just skipped it and didn't try
Tried
it.
it, gave it
I
a
did
shot.
give it a try. Okay, guys? All right, well, thank you for at least watching Subnautica 2 if you did. Appreciate that. And for the few who did support tonight, I appreciate
Thank you
that
for
as well.
watching, because you didn't fucking support. Just every backhanded way.
Thank you. All right. All right, folks, what can I do? Right? I tried, and I don't know what to say. I can't make people like a game, and I literally, this is the reason why I said I didn't want to play this last week. I didn't think it was going to work, and I was correct. Like, dead on 100%, I was right. That
Work, of course, means, make money. That's what work always means to DSP. The game didn't work. Not that people didn't show up and watch it, because, I mean, the normal amount did. There's 195 people watching him right now, just on YouTube. That's a normal night stream. But because he only
the
received
game did not work, and
$44,
people
it
say
didn't
it's
work.
boring. So, well, thank you, Zanzibar Nights, for 100 kicks. I appreciate it. Retro Danny did a haiku. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to turn my
George
controller
Hard R. Martin. I spaced out for 20 solid
It won't
minutes
turn
and
off.
missed
I'm
nothing.
Holding the button. There we
Yeah.
go. Forever.
Typical DSP behavior.
Oh,
Beg,
let's
beg,
see
beg, and
here.
more beg.
Retro Danny. Maybe if I click on your name, it'll show it.
And this is purely peak entertainment here, obviously. Looking at the chat, clicking on the names.
Oh, no, we'll show it. Oh, here it is. So he did have a haiku. He says, landing planet side, mysteriously shot down, braving the waters. Thank you, Retro Danny. All right, guys. Well, it is what it is.
Are there good haikus out there? This is a genuine question for the genuine audience. Has anybody ever heard a haiku where they were like, wow, that was beautiful. I loved that. I'm going to remember that one. I'm glad that was written. I don't know that I've ever experienced a haiku in my entire life that I thought my life is better now that I've heard it or knowing that that was written as opposed to not. I've never enjoyed a haiku. Please let me know. Some people are saying yes.
It sucks. I mean, let's be honest here.
Bibliofish.
Taking a
You're
look.
the guy. You're the haiku guy.
No subs. Grand total of 200 kicks tonight. Two memberships from Big Papa Phil. The biggest contribution was from Stalking Tiger, $15. 0 tips. So,
oh my God, 0
speaks for
tips?
itself. You can't say I
Huh?
didn't try. I absolutely tried. No one likes this game. It's a kind of a slow grind, chill, relaxing game.
It's a
survival.
slow grind, chill, relaxing game. I'm always so interested at the adjectives that DSP decides to use for certain things because they're like simultaneously way too much while being nothing whatsoever at all.
But I don't think it's really for what people want in 2026 in my content, right? So it is what it is. All right. Sucks. I was hoping for something good today. I mean, today, honestly, kind of the polar opposite of the last 3 days. The last 3 days, things went well. Everyone was liking everything. They were supporting everything. Today was the opposite. Now, the good news is...
Well, Chief, you can't win them all. Another one of the things that's really grating about DSP is it doesn't matter how much money he made yesterday. He could have made $400 over the course of the day pulling fucking Pokemon cards or whatever. But because he didn't make the 150 arbitrarily hidden style goal that we have today... well, it's really disappointing, guys, and I don't know if we're going to continue this, and this all just sucks, and I'm just really disappointed, and you guys lied and said you would show up.
Going so well. It doesn't really
Every
matter
time,
that happened
dude.
today, but it is still disappointing. You know what I mean? It is. What can I do? All right.
Okay, Lance Criminal's got a haiku for us. We're going to go ahead and read this. This one might be robust, and I don't even know if it's haiku. I'm not counting the syllables. He says, 6 feet of long rope hanging down from the rafters. Phil is cold and blue. I think I have to take my statement back. I think I fuck with haikus now. I think I've been converted. I'm a believer. I think they can be robust and meaningful.
All right, guys.
Make it a sonnet. Okay, Lance Criminal, you've got a new objective. We need a sonnet of a similar subject.
All right, that's funny. Caparito says, not disappointing,
Grease.
exciting. We get to do better games now. I guess that's a good point. If you really didn't like it, you're probably happy that we're not playing it again, right? I guess that does make sense. All right, everyone.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Again, I'm not upset about today.
Except for all the times that he said that he was upset and disappointed.
It is what it is. Here's what we're doing tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we're going to do a level 1 podcast in the morning.
I don't care. I don't care. We're moving on.
Sorry, excuse me. We're going to do a level 1 podcast
My keyboard's
in the morning.
off.
To continue on with, we'll always have a pack of cards open.
Oh, good. More card opening.
I
Hell
guarantee
yeah.
you that we will
guys
have
love
a crowd
this.
back who's interested in that. Today,
And
I
if you
don't think
don't,
that
you're
crowd can
going
buy
to
at all.
against your will.
I think the crowd who liked the Pokemon cards were like, oh, well, it's two other releases I'm not really interested in. I'll come back when Phil's doing stuff related to that again. So maybe tomorrow we actually will see, some Pokemon cards. All right.
And that's another really irritating aspect of this whole Pokemon card grift, is that it seems as though throughout the week, every other day was Pokemon is up, it's to the moon, this is the best grift we've ever done, the people are loving this. And then he would get on the pre-stream the following day and tell everybody that, I don't think people are going to come through for the Pokemon cards today. I think the initial interest is wearing off. Yesterday we had 9,000 card openings, and today we don't even have one, and the pre-stream's almost over. And then the following day, it was the Pokemon cards are fucking to the moon again, and it's the best grift we've ever done. It's actually bipolar on the Pokemon, but we're always talking about them. You can't escape it, whether it's doing good or bad. It fucking sucks.
And then tomorrow night, we're actually going to finish.
Yeah,
the
it
Baby
really
in
is
Yellow,
just the
which was an
vest
awesome
goal.
game that I
But, like,
played.
he actually looked dumber in the vest, making it more enjoyable. Again, the Pokemon cards add nothing and make the audio experience impossible.
Sunday night, very, creepy. It was actually much better than I expected it to be. So I was very happy that we continued on with it, or we're going to continue on with it tomorrow night.
Almost as if the pack openings are pre-planned. Well,
So good stuff there, right? So
Well,
tomorrow, a
that's an
completely different
idea.
kind of day.
well,
And now that Subnautica 2's out of the
had that
rotation,
thought.
it means that the schedule is going to remain the same as how I
Unfounded,
had
no
announced it.
evidence.
So that means that Thursday, we're going to do Lego Batman and the Card Store sim game again. And then Friday, we'll do more 007 First Light and Friday Night Fights Classic Street Fighter.
I have a clip of that 007 game, by the way. You guys should be hyped, because DSP's, imagine this, terrible at the game.
Okay?
I know, this is shocking revelation here.
Cool.
Breaking news.
All right, guys, I'm going to
Take
get
a
out of
seat.
here. I
You
want to say
weren't
thanks. It
already.
was still a fun day. Just sucks that Subnautica didn't work. At least with 007, it wasn't like a horrible day, a horrible stream, but yeah, I can't play Subnautica again with that kind of a crowd and that kind of support. It's not going to happen. All right? Zanzibar Nights, please stop talking out of your butthole. I would appreciate it if you could stop spamming the chat with bullshit. Thank you.
I don't
Okay.
even know what they said. I missed it.
All right, guys. So, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay,
And I will see you
holy
tomorrow in the
stall,
morning.
buddy. How many
Combination,
goodbyes?
Okay?
Okay.
We were playing 2 new games. And for some
Because it wasn't enough to cry, bitch, moan, and complain throughout the Subnautica stream, and then after the Subnautica stream, as we're closing it out and stalling and crying, we had, of course, to do a daily cope at the end of the day, as we always do, so that we could cry some more.
reason, some people actually came into the streams like, oh, I'm so relieved because now we're playing new games. It's no longer just Pokemon and Lego, which Phil has now been playing already for a week. And, finally, we're going to do new stuff.
Finally,
I
we're
kind of
doing new
approached
stuff.
today with that attitude as well, because to be honest with you, I do like playing new games. I like trying them out and seeing if they're any good and giving you my honest opinions on them. Particularly today's 2 new games were 007 First Light and Subnautica 2, one of which everyone was interested on my opinion on because it seems like everyone seemed to be kissing the game's butt early. But let's be honest, when these people get early copies, you just don't know if what they're saying is trustworthy or not, right?
What is all audio styles? There has been a faux siege mode activation here. It was like he was like posturing up to I guess double down on his stance against people getting the game. Or it just seemed half-hearted. Like we're not even really siege moding. We're not even really angry crossing our arms.
Opinion on because it seems
It's like the
everyone seems
softest,
to be kissing the game
wimpiest arm
butt
cross
early,
I've ever seen.
But let's be
He doesn't even have conviction. Where's your passion, boss? Be angry about it. Fuck.
honest. When these people get early copies, you just don't know if what they're saying is trustworthy or not, right? Now, the other game is Subnautica 2, which is the sequel to a game that I played many years ago, and we did some streams of and seemed to enjoy for a while until we finally kind of got bored of the formula of just kind of grinding for resources, and I never played it any further and never went back to play the Sub-Zero expansion or any of that stuff, right? Now, originally, I said I was going to skip it because you guys got bored of and didn't really like Subnautica 1 after a while. And I said, I don't see why the sequel would be any different. But about a week now, the game's been out, and people have been like, oh, he's not playing it. He's not playing it. Everyone else is. We wish he would try it. So, listening to that, request from my viewership, I said, all right, you know what? It's a Game Pass game.
So I started striking while the iron was a week cold, and everybody who was interested in seeing what the game was at launch is no longer interested in seeing the game because they already have. Very cool. I'm glad that this is just always a part of the business plan. Cold iron is gangbusters for our business.
Schedule a random night stream around it, and let's see what happens, okay? So here's what happened today. You ready? Started off with a DSP morning show, and that morning show was interesting for two reasons. Number one, I talked all about my workouts and how they're going.
You're welcome. You're actually welcome. I did not include any of that. It was for both of our sake, but I do expect to thank you.
Gave people a lot of information about that, considering the fact that I had time off from streaming last week because of the arrival of this weight machine and everything. Hadn't really talked about it, so I said, now after actually using this thing for 2 days, let's just talk a little bit about it, and it was about 20 minutes of the morning show.
Thank you, XJS, for the 14 months, saying the only dude who saw the quartering doc and took inspiration from it. SMH. True. That is factual information. Again, it is just part and parcel for DSP. He really is a one of a cow. One of a cow. Yeah, one of a kind lol cow. One of a cow.
But the other half of the morning show was all about the Pokemon card mania that's been going on around here.
I'm seeing the thank yous in chat. Anybody not thanking is banned. I appreciate you who already have pickups.
And people were really enjoying it as part of my content now. And we actually talked about the different rarities of Pokemon cards and how to identify the rarity of a card when you actually unpack it. But also the cards that actually are the most valuable in this set. So as I unpack them in the future, we know what cards we're looking for.
See, and this is another one of those points where I just am confused as to what our goal is with the Pokemon cards. Because to me, if you don't care about the value or the reselling or whatever, it really doesn't matter what pack you buy. It doesn't matter what cards are in there. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the percentages are because you're just there to pull the cards, get your dopamine, call it a day, and collect your fucking plastic. But instead, we've looked into the metadata behind what cards are in what packs and the percentages for the types of fucking cards that could be in there. It's just insane. Why are you gathering the fucking frame data for the Pokemon cards if you didn't care about the reselling value? It makes no sense. It seems like we've just wasted a bunch of time learning information that's completely irrelevant.
Okay, like what we consider a really big hit, right? So, the morning show was pretty good. Chilled, had fun, good support. I'd say we got almost like 30, 40 bucks of support on the morning show. Pretty good for a morning show, right? But no one contributed to see a Pokemon card pack be opened. And to be honest, I didn't expect that today. Previous, streams had been Pokemon or the trading card game, etc., meaning people got excited because we were already opening free packs, and it kind of motivates people, oh, we want to see more, right? But today, we weren't playing Pokemon. We weren't doing a trading card game, and we weren't going to open packs, just, for the sake of doing it. So no one today at all contributed to see any Pokemon cards. That's okay. I want you to understand that. I wasn't expecting that every day it was going to happen.
Because we were crying pretty hard, pretty bad about how we didn't get any money during Subnautica. So are we sure that it's okay that no one got Pokemon cards? Because if they had, we wouldn't have been crying about Subnautica. It just seems kind of weird that he just finished that Subnautica stream and then went into this daily round.
I outright said yesterday, I bet it won't happen tomorrow because we're not doing anything related to them. And I was absolutely correct. Okay? So how did 007 First Light go? Well, All I'm going to say is this: 3 hours played. We finished the intro. The intro was that long. There was a lot of narrative. There was a lot of tutorial, and it basically established the entire plot line of the game and James Bond's early origins. Okay. By the end.
Which you guys will see, DSP has no clue what a James Bond is. He is somehow more uninformed on what James Bond is as an IP and a character than I am, as someone who's never seen a movie nor watched nor read the books. I'm somehow more understanding in what James Bond is than he is.
End of today, here's what I can tell you. Unique combination of gameplay and play styles. For example, definitely reminded me of Splinter Cell, Hitman, Uncharted, and Watch Dogs. If you take all of those formulas and kind of combine them together, that's really how the game played today. Although I don't really know how to formally explain unless you watch the videos. But also, we didn't really get to a full level yet.
Not really a linguist if he cannot accurately describe his experience with the game without you watching it. Not a man with the gift of gab at that point, is he?
We were doing was considered intro and tutorial. So because of that, we don't know how.
Sorry,
this
I missed a
will be
clip for this
implemented in the
stream. I'm
final
trying
game.
to cut it right now.
But I will say this: it seems like much like Hitman, each stage will have multiple ways that you can solve them, survive them, or do all the objectives for them. That's kind of neat, unique, and cool because that'll mean that two different people could actually play this game and actually experience two completely different outcomes, which is kind of cool. Like one person could climb up the scaffolding, sneak across the rooftop, drop in, and do the objective. Another person might go head first through a bunch of enemies, right? So that's kind of cool. Overall, graphics are good. Plot so far, interesting. Characters, decently written. And gameplay seems fine, but we'll know more as we get further into the game, okay? By the end of the stream, I got $120 of support, but that's with someone who at the last minute gave a $50 tip. So I was like, ooh, that's interesting. It's a brand new game. I thought.
Why does it matter when they give the fucking money? He does this all the time. It's completely logical to me that if somebody wanted to, ensure that the game continues to be played, they would wait till the end of the stream to see how big of a difference they need to make to ensure that the amount of money is good and their game continues to be played while spending the least amount that they necessarily have to. That seems like a logical thing to do as a fan of, if you're genuinely a DSP fan and you want to see this game played. That seems like the thing to do. But when you go to do it, DSP immediately has an issue with it. He's calling it out. This is weird. This is something that I have to watch out for. It's so odd. He set his streams up to be this way, and then it finds it precarious if this is the way that they actually go about maintaining the games being played.
Perhaps this would be a great premiere stream. It did get great attendance, actually, and some pretty good engagement, just not amazing support. Now, I'm not disappointed with that, but I am hoping that if I continue on with this playthrough, because the main story is supposed to be at least 20 hours long, we're going to get a bigger crowd or a crowd that liked the game and will support it. Maybe what happened today is, people stayed away because they were going to play it themselves, or I don't know, maybe it was just an off day. It's weird for a brand new game like this when there seems to be interest and, hey, I want Phil's opinion on it. Is it good or not? That usually we would get good support, and it was just okay. Now,
it was just okay support, guys. Just okay. I think you skirt Cobain for the 5, saying left for like 25 minutes to drive to a job site. He's still bitching. Bruh, the guy never changes. Well, okay, in all fairness to the guy, every Atlas stream is basically a guy bitching, or is basically the guy bitching for like an hour collectively, and then I bitch on top of it for like an hour collectively. So I am kind of picking and choosing all of the complaining, again, in fairness to the guy. But the fact that there is this much in the first place should tell you something.
Annoying thing that happened. So
thank you, Skirt Cobain, for the 5. I hope the job site went
like a
well.
James Bond
or
movie.
It's in working order.
Very artsy, and it has a theme song that was actually made by Lana Del Rey, the pop star. Great. It sounded good, in my opinion. I thought it was a good way to start the game. Except when I uploaded part 1, YouTube blocked the video. Yeah,
okay.
Just outright blocked my video because it had the intro. Now, guess what this game doesn't have? A streamer,
Streamer
mode.
mode. Oh my god! The game doesn't have a streamer mode. What are we gonna do, guys? This is clearly a moral failing on the fucking production company. How dare these devs not take into consideration just these puny little streamers who just want a mere morsel of their game so that they can make a living. Oh my god! Is what I would say if that was, you know, a reasonable thing to give a fuck about. But I'm not a dumb idiot McRetard like the guy. So I actually don't care.
So there's no way to turn off the song.
I was just about to say that, Lance. I genuinely think streamer mode shouldn't exist. I don't like that it's even an option. I don't even want to give these fucking streamers the chance. I'm tired of them. I want as few of them profiting and existing as possible at this point. It just has to be this way. They've lost me. I thank you, Master Blaster, for the 2. Saying an Atlas stream is bitching Inception. This is true. This is true. To complain at length this long, I think it's kind of a gift. Me and DSP have the same gift. I just think one of us does it a little better.
Oh.
Obviously, he's far more successful than me. I'm sorry, successful. He's an 18-year content creator.
So if you want to play the game and do a playthrough of it, you have to remove the song using YouTube's erase song tool, which means the entire intro sequence is fucking silent. Wow, that's genius level, isn't it? I mean, that is incredibly
genius
stupid.
Level.
You paid to have a song created to be a cinematic intro to your game.
Yes, and if the song is good, that is literally all that matters. Like, I can't speak to whether it is or not, but they clearly thought so. They put it in the game, or they were at least satisfied enough with it because they spent money on it. They put it in the game. That's all that matters. The streamer's ability to make money afterwards is completely irrelevant to everything in regards to the game.
And now you're going to have that video, that song not claimed on YouTube, but blocked. So no one can stream the beginning of the game.
Hell yeah.
Morons.
Oh, okay.
Really?
My bad. Sorry. I thought maybe it was like an interesting way to ensure that nobody is ruining the narrative on day one or whatever, and people can actually enjoy the game from the very beginning. You know, that thing that DSP claims that he always wants to do, and the fact that the entire story and narrative is placed online, full spoilers, day one is what ruins gaming or whatever. Yeah, I thought maybe they were trying to combat that, but who cares?
So it frustrates me. If you watch part 1, you're going to notice when the intro plays.
Astrodonis telling us that it's only even in Russia and Belarus that it's blocked. Ah, yes. All the Russian DSP fans are sukubliating into fucking the ether because they can't watch him today play, or couldn't watch him then play 007. Oh, yes. The heartache, the humanity.
It's silent. Every once in a while, I do a little commentary on it, but there's no music. And, of course, I'm sitting there listening to the music, and now you can't hear it. It sucks. So all I would say is maybe you want to go listen to it for yourself.
Putin's
It actually
a big
is a good
fan.
intro. And it sucks that now my playthrough's intro is ruined because of YouTube copy ID bullshit, right? It's content ID nonsense.
Right, this nonsense.
I will be playing more
I
007
agree.
on Friday. I am hoping that we'll have a better time with more people who are interested in it and will support it, but I guess we'll see what happens, okay? The latest stream tonight, incredibly disappointing. Subnautica 2. You know, the game that I had played, the original, and said, I'm not.
You know, as someone who doesn't typically watch the Daily Wrap on a regular basis, the fact that he gives you a full rundown of what happened on the streams that people probably already watched that very same day is insane. I can't believe the Daily Wrap still exists in the way that it does. What a useless piece of content. Holy fuck. The only use it has is for segments like this, where you get the ultimate culmination of bitching throughout the day.
Sold this game's going to do well. That's why I don't want to play it. And then over the last week, a bunch of people were like, you really should play Subnautica 2. People are saying it's good. People are saying it's much better than the first. Guys, first off, okay? Entire Kick audience disengaged, trolling all night. That sucks, okay? YouTube side, some people that were positive showed up, and there was a little bit of support, but a lot of trolls, a lot of LARPing, and quite frankly, not great attendance either. So exactly what I thought was true.
Right again. DSP vindicated again. Detractors seething. He had the foresight. He was an oracle in this way. He saw this game not working out. And now you guys have to hear him tell you he was right again.
Sadly, 2026's audience doesn't really care about Subnautica 2, even though the game apparently sold well and is doing well. It's a game for like a chill audience. It's kind of like a chill stream. People didn't show up for that. Like, no lie. I said, hey, everyone, let's talk. No one talking. So if you're not here to talk, all you're going to do is see me swim around, grind for resources, craft some stuff, expand the base, make tools, eat some food, you know, survival shit, which is fine, but it's not riveting. You know what I mean? It's just not. And
It's
by
not
the way, for
riveting
the
because
record,
he's not riveting.
Subnautica 2 is insanely similar to Subnautica 1. The thing that's mainly different is the graphics are better and the plot is different. But outside of those two elements, it feels like exactly the same game. In fact,
you know, I came to a not so accurate conclusion this week that I think worked. I think about 60% of the time it works every time. It's really easy to spot slop and things that you're not going to enjoy simply based off of whether or not it has a numeral after the title. Now, like I said, this doesn't work every time. 60% of the time, it works every time. But if it's got a number, I would venture to say maybe don't pick it up day one. Just wait and see if it's actually going to be worth the shit. I just feel like if like games with numbers nowadays, they're kind of a risk. It's that simple.
not even really paying attention to what the game was telling me to do, I already kind of knew what to do because I had played the first game. I knew, oh, swim down here, grab this, it'll be food. Grab this, it'll be water. You know, grab these components, go craft the basic tool, go craft the scanner. You know, I knew that from playing the first game. So I felt like I had a leg up on people who maybe never played the first one. At the same time, it's the same game. Like, not exaggerating, it feels exactly like Subnautica 1 for the most part.
Well, that's typically what sequels can feel like that sometimes, where like you have a very similar premise because that's what people liked and they wanted more of. So then you give them more of what they wanted in a very similar style, so it's not alien and foreign when the fans come to the next game. That actually seems like a reasonable thing to do. Why would I mean, I don't know how he could be confused as to why this would be the case.
So the crowd didn't like it. Attendance was low, a lot of trolling, very little support. I'm not even kidding you when I say I didn't make $50 tonight. Okay? Now I want you to understand it's okay. Why? Because I just had a couple of incredible days, right? The days when people were coming by and paying for Pokemon rips and everything. I made a ton of money. So I'm not disappointed. I'm just heartened because I already knew better. Like, I knew Subnautica 2 wasn't going to work. I told you it wasn't going to work, and that's why I didn't want to play it.
I'm sorry, what did he say? I'm not upset. I'm just, what?
Because I just had a couple of incredible days, right? The days when people were coming by and paying for Pokemon rips and everything. I made a ton of money.
Paying for Pokemon rips. Not even pack openings. Not, whatever. It's fine.
I'm not disappointed. I'm just heartened because
I'm not disappointed. I'm disheartened. Okay. All right. But it's not that big a deal, you guys. I'm just disheartened.
Already knew better. Like, I knew Subnautica 2 wasn't going to work. I told you it wasn't going to work, and that's why I didn't want to play it. People kept asking for it, so I said, all right, what's the risk? It's a Game Pass game. I'll give you what you want. Well, you didn't want it. So
why didn't you want it?
To be honest with you, it didn't work. People didn't like it. I'm not going to keep playing it and force people to watch something or avoid something they don't like.
Why not? You do it literally all of the time. There's so many fucking games DSP plays that people don't enjoy, and he forces it upon them anyway. All the time. I'm looking at you, Dragon Quest, once again. You haunt my nightmares. Dragon Quest is the sleep paralysis demon in the corner for Atlas the Bookkeeper.
So it's over. All right? I tried it. It didn't work. I mean, the proof is right there in the pudding. You can watch the videos, and you'll see I tried. I was advancing, I was learning, I was commentating, and not that I didn't like the game, it's that the audience
He's
didn't.
crestfallen.
So,
shut up.
It is what it is in that regard. Okay?
I wish DSP would describe himself as crestfallen.
Now, we came off of 3 awesome days. We had a slow day. What can you do? Hopefully 007 will pick up on Friday, and I'm not doing Subnautica anymore. So hopefully things will improve from how today went.
Hopefully.
Tomorrow, there will be a level 1 podcast.
I don't give a shit about that. Since he talked about 007, I'm going to go a little out of order here. I'm going to go ahead and show you that 007 clip, because I was playing video games. I was playing Darktide because I finally got it to work with some amigos yesterday, to put it in Spanish for you. And of course the guy was on in the background, and I was actually taken aback at the gameplay that I was witnessing out of the corner of my eye. I had to stop playing and actually take in just how dented this experience was. So god damn it, play through VLC. How many times?
You were warned.
right, sorry. And now it will always play through VLC. I don't know how that setting got changed. Ridiculous. So just the slow walk out of the tunnel. Obviously elite gameplay here.
You fucking broke my cover already. How do I reload? I only have one
Mashing
bullet. How do you
buttons.
play this? How the fuck do you do this? I have one bullet.
You'd actually think this is someone's father who's never played a game in their life. The way he's actively just punching and in complete confusion at this very basic cover shooting section here. Holy shit.
What the hell?
Yeah, 4
I only have
hours
two
into the
bullets. I
game,
didn't know
by
what
the
to
way.
do.
Slow walking from cover to cover. There's so few shots being fired, too. It is actually insane. Grenade indicator going off.
Where's your health? Fuck him.
He 4 hours into the game and he's asking where the health is, as if it doesn't have the very evident edge of screen Call of Duty jelly effect happening. How fucking long have we been playing games, team? Actually, how long can we do this and still be so oblivious?
Can't stay here. Plane's leaving.
And he's just completely disengaged from the mechanics here. He's over it. He's done. Nothing to say during the loading screen either. He's got no insight. No, this is what I could do better this time around. I don't enjoy this mechanic. I wish I didn't have to do this. Actually, no commentary whatsoever. Amazing entertainment value here, guys. And we're going to try the same strategy, of course, by running past all of the enemies with no commentary. I hope you audio enjoyers are here.
Can't stay here. Plane's leaving.
Actually, an entire life in the game where he said not one fucking word, dude. Could you imagine being so goddamn useless on commentary?
They really
Sorry, I'm
want
being
me to
very
fight,
vulgar,
like,
but like
7,000
I'm
guys?
trying to
They really
accentuate
do.
here. Like, this is insane.
They realize
Insanity.
you're a spy,
This is insane.
right? You're a fucking spy. You're not like Superman. You're not like Max Payne. What is this game?
On my position. Look, grenade out. Push him out.
Lining up the shots in the slowest manner possible. Again, like someone's grandfather that's never played a game.
What the fuck just happened?
He got
Huh?
obliterated by a grenade. And I'm not saying this game is perfect. Look, I'm not going to pick up this game. I don't know shit about James Bond, really. I'm not into a narrative-driven third-person action game of a popular IP. That is just never going to appeal to me. I'm not the target demographic, and that's fine. But to even imply that this game is remotely difficult, I think, is kind of a stretch. I've seen segments where it plays itself. It seems very rudimentary, very straightforward in the genre. If you like James Bond, you might enjoy the game, and maybe this is for you. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend as though this is anything revolutionary or something that we haven't seen in a third-person action game before. It's I don't know how he's confused.
Hey, remember when they taught you about all this gameplay in the game before? Oh wait, they didn't.
Seething because he didn't get the yellow paint tutorial, I guess.
What the fuck is happening?
Dude, how the fuck does he manage to get hit by every grenade? They make a noise and have an indicator on screen. Like, at least in Call of Duty, they don't make noise, right? But in this game, they do, and he still manages to eat every single one. Undeniably every single one.
Happening? The environments are just exploding around me. Okay. What the hell? Things are just blowing up left and right. What the fuck?
Oh my god. I'm sorry. We're going to run that back because this is the slowest reticle pan I've ever seen in my life. And I'm saying that with 100% truth behind it. I've never seen anyone move a cursor this slow to line up a shot. Truly amazing. Deadeye Burnell, exactly, old man Jenkins. Holy shit.
I don't even know how to reload because they never taught
Is he
you.
playing
I
this
know
on
how to reload
PC?
my gun.
Yes, but it appears he's using a controller anyway. Yo, they gave him the change difficulty option. No! Grandpa, turn the game difficulty down. What an
I
insult.
have no clue how to reload my gun or do anything. They haven't taught you anything yet.
I don't even know how to reload the gun. Every statement he's making is completely unbelievable to me. Like, I'm having my mind blown moment to moment. I don't know how to reload the gun. 4 hours into gameplay. Oh, man. This guy's on another level of brain dead. Holy shit. Thank you, Waffle Bunny, for the 2, saying gameplay you waste your disability on. It's true. Who sent $50 at the end of the fucking stream for this, guys? Come on. This is insanity. No one should ask this to continue. Thank you, Pope Super Kame Jizzler, for the 5, saying as much as he says I'm not dumb, he spends every day providing copious evidence that he is in fact extremely dumb. Like world record levels of dumb. Yeah. Well, and that's why I understand why some people think that he's playing a character, because looking at this, you would think that he would have to be exaggerating. He'd have to be playing it up to be this bad at something he's been doing for so long. But no, he really is this. This is who he is at his heart. His very nature is this dumb.
Why is there a guy sitting next to me here who's my enemy? What the fuck is going on?
Let's just wait on the grenade to blow up DSP. That's a good idea. Oh, he finally dodged one. Let's go.
This might be the most stupid sequence I've ever seen in a game.
All he's got to do is line up like 10 headshots in a row, and he's just making it the most difficult task on the planet. Another grenade. You think we live?
And they have unlimited grenades that they chuck at you, too.
Let's go. Another dodge. Pro gamer. I've just realized, too, they give vocal audio cues that they're throwing grenades, and he still gets hit by all of them. You couldn't make this game more disabled friendly,
I guess it
and
did.
yet he still sucks.
Are we good? Is there anywhere else? This is just so stupid. Out of nowhere.
And being informed in chat, there is, in fact, like a slow time... a slow down time focus mode so that you can aim, and that's what you're seeing here. Every time you see this little reticle on screen, he's literally slowing down the game and getting like x-ray vision on the enemies and the explosives and whatnot, and he still fucking sucks.
The game turned from stealth and being careful into an all-out explosion gunfest. When did we change genres?
Can't stay here. Plane's leaving.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And again, I don't know how to reload. We were never taught how to reload weapons. I guess it was B.
I guess it was B. You were never taught how to reload weapons. You know, even if that was a real question you had, you could just hit the fucking escape key and go find out. Well, he's playing on controller. You could just hit start and go find out what the keybinds are or the controller layout. But instead, we'd rather just cry about it and make it the game's fault instead of putting on a good show. Also, they probably did teach him how to fucking reload. He just doesn't remember.
Okay. Yes, come right out.
Yeah, his confusion as to why it went from a stealth game to an action game, because he's completely clueless on what James Bond is. This is what I was saying. Like, I understood why it transitioned like that. I understand that Bond is both super spy and incredible, you know, combat shooter for some reason. GoldenEye exists kind of in this way as well, does it not?
Vehicle right into my line of fire.
Like, it's not absurd that he's getting into an insane shootout.
How do you change weapons? I guess you don't. I don't know how to do this.
Has he never seen a Bond film? He claims to have. I think he said he's seen at least 2 of them. I've never seen a single one. Even I fucking understood this about James Bond.
Ever. So first you were completely overwhelmed.
Thank you, VXXD, for the 2, saying he's drunk, right? Well, we can neither confirm nor deny. You know, it depends. Are you in the always drunk camp or never drunk camp?
Now they just stupidly walk right into your bullets. Yeah, walk right in front of that gas tank and see what happens. What the hell?
So the game went from being too difficult, it didn't teach him how to reload, they had infinite grenades, to now they just walk out in front of me, it's too easy. Back-to-back complaints, and it's always the game's fault. Oh, and please check out this transition. I was in complete disbelief when I seen this. This is unrelated to DSP. This is game related. This is insanity.
Oh my god!
Wow. That, I think, looked terrible personally. I don't think that was conveyed very well.
Now we're driving this!
I don't know that it could have been done a better way. I would have just not have done it if that's how I had to.
Literally went from it being spying to crappy driving, now insane balls to the wall, over the top of ridiculous action.
I would have just got him in the vehicle a different way, you know? Can I run? Yeah, you know what? I will run that back because I watched it like 3 times myself. So if this is your first time, I want to make sure that you get to see it. Because that truck totally should have killed him instantly.
Oh my god! Now we're driving this!
It's a small thing. I know it's a spy thriller. It's going to be wacky. But, like, that's a tough shot.
We literally went from it being spying to crappy driving, now insane balls to the wall, over the top of ridiculous action.
But yeah, that's a Bond film as far as I know. Which is hearsay, but I got that much.
Shot the plane? That's what he's supposed to be defending, and he shot it.
The henchman in the action spy thriller was an idiot? No. That's never been done before.
Here we go. What the fuck? He went flying. I don't have a gun. I guess I don't have a gun. This guy's the worst shot I've ever seen.
And that was the moment where I knew I had to clip this and at least show this part to you guys. Because it just, like I said, it goes to show you how little he actually understands about not only James Bond as a franchise, but also what this game is supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be fun, over-the-top action thriller, like you're playing the movie. The idea that this guy that's shooting at you as you run in a straight line at him on top of a fucking plane, taking off on the runway, as though this guy was supposed to ever hit you in a James Bond film, is insane. What a goddamn idiot. Yeah, it's actually scripted to not hit you. It's on rails. That is the point. It's supposed to be fun.
Snug in the front.
Guys, again, I want to say thank you because there were contributions that came in, and I will shout them out after the sequence ends, okay?
Transponder.
But that was, you know, the extent of the James Bond that I wanted to show you. Like I said, in complete disbelief that it existed in this capacity, that he was willing to play this game like this in front of people and post it online. I kind of wild to me. But then here is the this is a part that I wanted to ensure that I showed to you guys. It was from yesterday. It was on the pre-stream. Unfortunately, it's going to be about Pokemon again. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't this way. But as I think he meant to do this as a joke, but I don't think it was.
Okay. All right, guys. So thank you for the early support. So if someone contributes $50 today and says, hey, let's open some Pokemon cards, let's do it. It's the final 8 packs left there. And I would love, I mean, I'll be honest with you. All right. It's suspenseful. It's fun. Yeah, it's addicting, right? You're like, oh, I want to open another pack. It's just like anything else with this random chance gotcha stuff. It is addicting for sure.
So there's the admission. Like I said, I think that maybe he meant this as like a joke, because later on in the pre-stream, he like pretended like he was going to open a pack, and then he pretended like he wasn't going to, and then he pretended like he was going to open a pack, and then he was pretending that he didn't want to. It was like a 20-minute segment that sucked dicks. But here we have, I think this is a genuine admission, to be honest with you. Like he's trying to play it up, but it's the God's honest truth. He's addicted, bro. He's bringing up the Pokemon cards because he wants to open them in some respect.
Sure. So I love doing it, but I am staying in control. I'm only going to do it in tandem, like we said.
Degenerate gambler, true.
Stream, I'll open a pack. If we do a trading card game stream,
He's
I'll open a pack.
already strung
and if
out.
people contribute $50 or more, I'll open a pack.
True.
Okay. But I mean, hell, can you imagine? This is how people get addicted to this stuff. They keep.
I actually can't relate. Like everything that DSP is about to tell you, my mind could never. And honestly, I struggle to even fathom a gambling addiction. I'm built different. And by built different, I mean not built retarded. I'm sorry if this is you. And I don't mean that in a real derogatory way. But like, I'm just not built like this. I don't understand this.
Money. Obviously, that's not the case. I've opened all those packs. Only 8 left out of a box of 36. And the best card I got is a $13
Addicted
card.
to drugs? Addicted to alcohol? Sure, man. I understand. But fucking Pokemon cards? Come on, dude.
This crap. And they invest.
You gotta be a better man than that.
You could see now, again, you could see, once again, how this is a slippery slope of addiction and problems that people can get into, right? I will say this, not that this is a justification at all. At the very least, when you're into a hobby like this, at least there's a potential that you can get something out of it down the road. If you find that card, right, you can make some money.
He's making the argument that detractors made to him about WWE champions for years in regards to real gambling. He's actually just stolen the exact argument and has levied it now in his own defense. It's very cool. It's very robust and meaningful. Thank you to the do for the 2, saying heard he has card shop to him, or heard he has card shop to him near him. Did you mean? Yes, I have a clip of that too, because we had to crash out on our fans for recommending we purchase cards in real life. Why would we want to purchase cards in real life? I could get scalped online for easier and less effort.
But in the case of like other things that are addicting, opening these boxes and packs in video games and mobile games, there's no reward ever. Right? Awful. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Dark Lady God. She says she likes my shirt. Which shirt? You like this shirt or this shirt? Okay.
Awful. Just terrible that anyone would ever even feign to give a shit about his clothing so that he'll talk about it. Boo. Thank you, 600D60D No, for the 5. Saying, look, I'm joking about my own addictions. I'm owning the meme. I'm owning the meme, Cat. Look at me, Cat. I pay your bills, Cat.
What?
Show some gratitude. Thank you for the 5. 600D60D No. I really appreciate it, brother. And NWO News for the 5 saying he's addicted to streaming every day, putting in the time, knowing 80% of the time is bad luck. But maybe that one day he might get $1,000 tip. You're probably onto something, NWO. That's why he loves showing up every day, or at least claims to, because he loves the idea that today could be the day he wins big. You might be onto it. Thank you for the 5. It's not. It's just dead air. I didn't pause it. It's unpause. He's just
All right,
thinking
he's saying
really
to look
hard.
this up. Let me look this up right now.
Let me look this up. He's not going to tell you what he's looking up. He's just doing it. It makes for great entertainment.
Yeah, this is nowhere near me. You're talking about, is this downtown Renton? Yeah, it is, I think.
What are we looking at, DSP? What are we looking for? What are we discussing? Downtown Renton what?
Let's see. Here, let me
Renton,
figure it out right now.
Pennsylvania, or? It's not paused. We're just looking. We're investigating. This is how DSP found out all that information about LTG so that he could reach out to Jirian.
Yes, it's downtown
research.
Renton. First off, downtown Renton, just to be real with you, sucks. It's insane traffic at all times.
Downtown
Tons of
most
crime,
places sucks,
tons of problems
DSP.
down there. It's not
Welcome
a
to
good place
downtown.
be. I know, because I drive through there all the time and I hate it. Okay.
Why is he driving down? Why is he driving through there all of the time? He leaves his house once a week. What the fuck do you mean you're driving through there all the time? 6 out of 7 days, you couldn't be doing that. But he does it all the time. Four times out of the month is all the time. Thank you, NWO News, for the 2, saying chasing the dragon, but the dragon resigned. Yeah, didn't he? Didn't he just?
That's not where I ordered my
It's a shame
Chipotle
DSP
from,
never
so you're
really
wrong
addressed the
there,
dragon
which
on
is
the
why
way
I was
out. But
confused. There's a Chipotle right on my block. That's where I got the Chipotle from. And now you've literally already said it in your second tip. You says, oh, well, you can pre-order. Pre-order. What are you talking about? I want to order cards that I can open this week.
I need to do it this week, you guys. I don't want to wait till next week to get the cards. I don't want to pre-order them and have to wait. I need them this week, like right now, like as soon as possible, please. Crazy to say this immediately after admitting that he's got a hankering, that he's, strung out for the Pokemon cards already.
I don't want to pre-order and wait 1-2 months to get a box of cards. I need cards
Arbitrarily making up a day, by the way, 1-2 months.
now.
I need them
That's the point
now.
I'm making.
I need them right now.
If you want to buy something right now, you have to get it from a reseller because the resellers already pre-ordered all the cards. There's literally no way to legit buy these cards and get them now unless you buy them from a reseller.
Then I think the lesson there then would be that we don't need to purchase them. I honestly thought that was the DSP stance. Like I said earlier, when it comes to video games and video game consoles, that was his stance. But for Pokemon cards, for some reason, aiding the scalpers in their adventures and their ventures of ill-gotten gains or whatever you want to call them, that's totally fine for DSP in this moment because he gets to open packs, I guess. That trumps it all.
Yes, you can pre-order 2, 3, 4 months down the line. I'm not doing that. I need the cards now.
Yeah, he is even using the softer word for a scalper too, reseller. Like he's softening what it actually is, taking the scum off the name. What a bitch!
It's remarkable to me that I make a statement and then people contradict the statement, but then confirm the statement. Like I outright said, you can't just go buy the cards anywhere at retail. They don't exist because scalpers pre-order them all and buy them all and line up for them as soon as they show up. He says, no, you could just go to Shane's Cards and buy them. And I say, no, you can't. And then he says, yes, you can. You pre-order them.
Yeah, so you don't have to. I mean, yeah, I get what he's saying, but at the same time, if you didn't want to buy from resellers, that would be the way to do it. So instead of going to the card shop and getting a pack, he'd rather get scammed for a pack. Yeah. He wants to buy from resellers. That is and you're going to see that in the last clip we're going to play, which is up next. Sorry to disappoint anybody who thought we were going to be here all day. But yeah, we're going to talk about how we would rather be scalped than actually have to go out to a store because we're scared of detractors or something. Shout out Jordan Fadeaway for the 2, saying scammers, a feather scum together, he won't betray. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Birds of a black feather. They always stick together forever and ever.
Hey,
It's
Jogger,
true.
you have to understand something.
And they always remember
Okay.
you.
I just
Bro.
hate that everyone thinks they know so much better than me. It is very frustrating. Okay, you have
Thank
to
you, Jordan.
understand, I'm
Fade
the
away.
guy who streams, and I am trying to learn at an accelerated rate about all this and get into it and everything. All right, I'm trying to do the best I can. I want to have content for the viewers. People want me to get these and everything. I just don't like that people like to do the, oh, I got you because I know better than you. Right? Really, I know. Here, you're wrong and I'm right. You're wrong and I'm right. And then guess what? I'm right.
I'm always
I'm
right.
not trying to be aggressive. I'm not trying to be mean. I know the guy wants to help, but he didn't help. He literally went in a circle to just say exactly what I've already said. Why are people always...
And it gets so under his skin. Just telling him that he's wrong on a regular basis. Like you just heard him say, it bothers him. He's legitimately perturbed when people go out of their way to tell him that he's wrong, and then he finds out, or at least thinks that he finds out that he was right the whole time. Like just questioning his authority is enough to put him in a spiral.
so determined to disprove what I said. Like, oh, I got Phil. See, a big own today. I sent Phil 2 tips to tell him he's wrong just to confirm that he was right. What is up with these people? I just don't get it. Okay, I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's like, dude, why do you even act like that? You know, you say, I'm trying to help, but you didn't.
I mean, that's better than not trying to help and not helping, I guess. Like on the grand scale here, like that's what DSP does. DSP does nothing helpful and is not helpful. I would say at least trying to be helpful is a step in the right direction, I guess.
What you tried to do is say that I'm wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm right and I know what I'm talking about.
What and why?
Why are you desperate to prove me wrong? Do you think it's going to be some big own? Are you going to make a big video about it? I own the DSP.
See,
I
and
said that there were cards available, and
he's
you said
changed
they
the
weren't.
narrative already. Like he's like, I know you're trying to be helpful, and then he paints them as a detractor, like he's trying to own him in some capacity. Is he trying to be helpful, or is he a detractor? Are detractors helpful now? Is that the narrative? Genuine question. I don't know. I'm getting tangled up in the web of lies. Thank you, Wet Floor, for the 10. Saying if I can't buy cards off the shelf, then there's no way in hell I'm going to buy from an online store shelf. Those packs have been opened and resealed and sold off as sealed. That's fraud outright. Well, I would venture to say so myself. I wouldn't ever purchase off a reseller for that exact reason. Well, that, and I don't want to help scalpers as it is, and I should continue to call them scalpers and not resellers in the first place. But yeah, DSP isn't knowledgeable enough to know that he isn't being scammed with resealed cards. So why would he even take the chance? Why didn't he just push off getting Pokemon cards until he could get them from an actual shop that he pre-ordered or whatever?
And they were. Oh, but they weren't. He has to pre-order them.
Thank you for the 10. Wet Floor. I appreciate it, brother. Big ups.
I just don't understand it. Anyway, so I will get. That's true. Virtual Boy defeats DSP, says, don't get mad because remember, no matter what you do, you still have that pallet in the garage. You're absolutely correct. And if anyone wants an update on the pallet in the kick chat, you can use the new pallet command, ! Pallet, and it'll tell you hot live updates on what's going on with that pallet. So use the pallet command
This
right
is a dumb
now.
bit. I don't even
Oh, by
remember
the way,
this existing.
I forgot to mention, I have 2 new animations. I totally forgot.
In case you guys weren't aware, I'll give you the lore drop. Yeah, pallet question mark. So DSP got a stupid weight machine delivered. We didn't watch that segment, but in that segment, he decided to complain about the fact that the 300-pound weight machine showed up on a pallet instead of in boxes. So now he just has this pallet in his garage and he doesn't know what to do with it. So he decided to bitch, moan, and complain about it. Now, anybody that has any sort of tooling whatsoever, including just owning a hammer, could very quickly dismantle a pallet and put it in the fucking trash can, or he can take it to his dump or whatever, where he could reuse the boards and do something impressive with them in a woodworking style way. Of course, he's not going to do that. There's a million ways to rid yourself of a pallet. And DSP instead just decided to complain and act as though it was some injustice done unto him that they delivered his 300-pound machine on an industrial grade fucking pallet. Like, you know, you would anything else that is of a high quality, in all honesty, but whatever. Thank you, Skirt Cobain, for the 5, saying the amount of people who went to local stores showing that they were stocked with cards and posting them on X is hilarious. Even Duty did it. I believe it, dude. It's so easy to dunk on DSP that it's like a pastime for people. Genuinely, it's so easy to prove DSP wrong on a regular basis, and then he will double, triple, quadruple, pentuple down oftentimes on being correct anyway. Insane.
To mention this to you guys, I added 2 new flexing animations for contributions. Yes. So if you either gift a sub on Kick, or if you do a super chat under $5, you have a randomized chance to get a flexing animation on the stream. So we have 3 flexes now. We still have the frog flex, and now we have 2 new flexes.
Oh boy, how great. Thank you,
3
Redbird,
flexing
for the 2, saying Emperor Phil is never wrong and not naked at all. Well, I have to agree, obviously. As a subject in the serfdom of Phil, I have to agree, I think.
Animations now on the stream. I totally forgot to mention.
I don't want to
You
be
got all caught
berated
up
in
with
the
Pokemon
chat.
stuff. Okay? So there you go.
Thank you to the Do for the 2, saying there are card shows in his area at times.
That's right. You said you
Card shows? Card shops? There are card shops in his area?
wanted more flexes.
There are.
I give you more flexes.
We're going to get
I
there.
give
We're
you
going to
what you
get
want.
there.
There you
Atlas
go.
Flex Wed never.
Okay. All right. So those, maybe we'll see some of those today. We'll have to see. Okay.
I am
All right, now the
try and
only other
remain
thing that I
humble
want to
if
talk
I
about on
can.
the podcast today,
Even though I said I bitch better than him earlier. I try my best. But his admission to addiction is going to take us very nicely, I think, into a setting before the 007 gameplay, or rather during, just before the clip I showed you, where we kind of just start crashing out on the audience for this suggestion about the store. Like, we have to bring it back up and double
I don't
down.
know, guys. This is the first real mission of the game, so we're gonna see what the game is.
At least I think
based
that's
on
what
this
happened.
mission.
I caught the
I don't
latter
know how
half
you guys
of
are
it
feeling
from a
right
bathroom
now.
break, of course.
You know, based on what we're initially seeing here. Do we talk to her about it?
I like this person in his kick chat asking, is Jade playing 007 himself? I hope this is in regards to DSP's gameplay, because that is what it looks like, eh?
Yes.
Me, Mom. Hotel administration.
An hour? So basically, the first hour of real gameplay is pseudo Hitman, only you're not the Hitman. You're tracking the Hitman, right? There you go.
There you go.
Interesting.
Like was that some sort of revolutionary idea or concept? Was that big brained? I feel like he just said slop at me that meant nothing and then pretended as though it was profound. I'm not. What?
All right. Stalking Tiger, thanks for $2. I appreciate that. To be honest, we already talked about that.
Yeah,
on the
so
podcast. I don't
insightful.
really wanna
Thank you,
get into that when
Grandpa.
we're doing the game. Maybe I'll split the part here and then we'll talk about it. Okay,
So Stalking Tiger just gave him 2 in a super chat and says, why do you not buy Pokemon at your local card store? And he said that he talked about it on the pre-stream and he's not interested in talking about it right now, maybe later.
So thank you, guys. We'll see what happens in the next hour as we get further into the real gamelay of 007 First Light. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part.
All right, so we're cutting
Okay,
the part.
Yeah, now, Stalking Tiger, you have to understand, I'm not in the playthrough. I didn't want to answer your question. So he says, why don't you buy Pokemon cards at your local card store? Well, first of all, there are stores local to me who have the vending machines. They're all sold out endlessly. Like, you can't buy them from the vending machines, okay? Now, apparently there is a local card store, but the person has already admitted
Yeah, this is the second card store freak out in the same day.
earlier this morning who told me on the podcast, yeah, but they don't have the cards. You basically have to pre-order them for months ahead of time. I literally just got into Pokemon cards in the last week. I didn't get into them 2-3 months ago where I was interested in the newest boxes and I could go there and pre-order. I'm trying to buy them now so that I can unbox
right
them
now.
now.
I need them now.
You know, I have only 8 packs left out of the 36. We're going to be out probably on Sunday. I'm going to want more right away. That's why. Like, let's say, for example, I get another box. That box also does well. And people really want to see this as a routine thing that we do around here all the time.
Dude, he's hoping on that so fucking bad. He's hoping and praying that this grift is that successful to the point where they want it as a regular stay and he does it all the time. This is such wishful thinking on his behalf.
then I would consider, okay, maybe I will take a trip to my local card shop. I'll introduce myself and I'll say, hey, maybe I'd like to pre-order a couple boxes. What are the new ones coming out?
I'll introduce myself to the local card shop guy. Yeah, I'm DSP. You might not have heard of me, okay? So back in 2010, I used to work at a helicopter company, and then I got fired, and I was making videos on YouTube at the time, and I became white hot popular.
Do I do a down payment?
He's gonna get the entire fucking lore dump to the local card shop guy. I'd hate to be him. I would put if I lived in the Renton, Seattle area, there would be a no DSP Space Gaming sign up in the window. And when he I would be informed and I would know, and I would just deny entry. Sorry, sir. And it's not gonna happen. Not we don't like your kind around here is probably how I'd say it.
How does it work, right?
And what do I mean by that? You know
that.
what I mean by that.
But I literally can't get cards right now. Like, it's already been admitted. You can't just buy them at the store. You have to pre-order. You have to do all that stuff. Stalking Tiger says, I think he was talking about pre-ordering the upcoming sets. You can walk into a store and buy a box of Mega Evolution right now at Shane's store. Okay, Stalking Tiger, hold on a second. Do you live here? Did you walk into Shane's store and try? I mean,
DSP, did you walk into Shane's store and fucking try today? Is that where you're gonna go with this? We're gonna pretend as though we walked in there and tried, and therefore we are more knowledgeable, or
seriously, why are people so intent on telling me that I'm wrong and I'm doing everything that I do in my life wrong? Okay?
That's a great point, Leo Kira. Did he can call them and find out? Yes, and that was kind of my thought on this whole thing when he was during the pre-stream was talking about, oh, I'm not going to drive an hour and a half away to a card shop just to find out that they didn't have the fucking cards. That's a waste of my time and my day off. You could just call, man. And you might even be able to request that they set one aside for you. You know, you give them your name, be like, yeah, I'll be there like in an hour. It's a long drive. Like, do me a solid. They might do it, but
why?
Why?
I want you to think about what you're saying to me. Everywhere these things are sold out. They're sold out at Target. They're sold out at Walmart. They're sold out at every vending machine. Why would the card store magically have stock? If everywhere else is sold out, why would the card store specifically have magical boxes of these cards sitting in the back ready to be purchased?
Because they're more focused on the cards, because they're a card shop. They might have got a bigger supply of them in. They might have got, they might get more frequent resupplies. They might enforce the 1-pack rule, or whatever the rule is for the local card shop more stringently than your local Target does with their Pokemon vending machine. Like, there's a whole plethora of reasons that you could, come up with. I don't know that they're all true, but you don't know till you ask.
What you're saying makes no sense. And even if it's true, I literally didn't know about the existence of this card store until the podcast this morning. That was 3 hours ago. So at what time did I have a chance to go to the card store and see if they had cards? Like, what are we talking about right now? I'm streaming a game.
The two saying the vending machines are on timers, you dent. Like, you can only get a pack every 20 minutes or something. Well, what if I walk up behind the guy that's scalping and then I gotta wait 20 minutes for a pack? I'd be pissed. I'd shoot up the Pokemon store. I wouldn't do that. In Minecraft or Roblox or whatever.
I just don't understand why people are so intent. Like, everything I do, you have to micro analyze it and say I'm doing it wrong. Seriously, it gets frustrating. Do you understand? Like, I didn't even know the shop existed until this morning.
Frustrated people are trying to help them.
1 week ago. Okay? This isn't like, oh, Phil's been doing this for a year and he keeps buying from online scalpers and, So can we all chill? Can we just relax?
But he is the one that pushed the Pokemon all fucking week, making it the actual focal point of the entire content. For a week straight, every day we talked about Pokemon cards, but now other people are talking about them or trying to give him advice on how we can get them for cheaper or more reliably or not help scalpers. And now everybody else needs to be relaxed about the Pokemon cards. He doesn't want to talk about them right now, or the local card shop or whatever. You guys need to relax, even though he hyped them up viciously all week. Thank you, Skirt Cobain, for the 2, saying he literally doesn't go out. How would he know? That is
What
a
and
great
why?
question. Maybe he checks when he's out on his errands, you know? He when he goes to his local Fred Meyer, he's checking the Pokemon vending machine next to Cat. Oh, honey, they're out of Pokemon cards again. Oh my god. Relax, Atlas. I'll try. Blood pressure, my bone pressure's too high. Hey, you BMAC the Sage for the 10, saying DSP causes me to yell at my screen, so we can't do any future planning, maybe a few months out, because Pokemon is a fleeting fad, right? But yet he's rapidly learning this stuff, yet knows everything. Yeah, well, it's any way that fits the narrative, man. We weren't into it back then, but we are into it, and we don't know anything, but we're learning at a rapid rate, which I've never seen DSP learn anything at a rapid rate. I've seen him lose information at a rapid rate, but I've never seen him learn anything quickly. It's whatever fits the narrative, man. If it makes him sound good and sells more cards, or sells more pack unboxings, or someone kept saying unopenings in chat, they're probably memeing on me, but yeah, more unopenings.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Thank
I
you
really
for the
don't.
10. I
Someone
really
can explain
appreciate it.
this to me?
BMAC.
Like, why everyone is so intent. Oh, Phil said this morning he's going to order another box. So now everyone's coming to stream and telling him he's doing it wrong. Go to a local card store. Dude, I'm on a stream. So Stalking Tiger says...
And no one is saying go to the card store on fucking stream either, dude. Again, like, could have called during the break, could check in tomorrow or this weekend without saying
I'm telling
anything.
you right now, they're not sold out in trading cards game stores. They get dozens and dozens of cases before their premium store, because they're premium stores and they get more than Walmart. Okay, so let me ask you this question.
All right, cool.
Why does it sell out at Walmart, Target, and the vending machines if you can at any moment just walk into a card store and buy a box?
Because card game stores are fewer and further between, and there's more Walmarts around, and they're more convenient to get to. That's the answer. We have one trading card game store in we have two trading card game stores in the local area, and like, not to dox myself or anything, but like, you know, we got a couple hobby shop styles around, right? But there's like 7 Walmarts around. So, you know, there's a few Targets that you can go to, and they'll have Pokemon cards. Like, there's just more around, you know? And it's normies that are scalping, so they don't even, you know, probably know where the actual trading card shops are. They're just doing it at their local Walmart because it's normie behavior. So that would be my idea if I had to come up with one. Thank you, Redbird, for the 2. Saying he can't be humble and accept information. Ego too big. Yeah, well, he's Emperor Phil and never right and always correct and has never done anything wrong. I agree.
Why would they even be sold online at a premium price if you could walk into a store right now and buy a box? Do you see that what you're saying makes no logical sense? If it's readily available in stock somewhere right now, local to everyone, why would they pay online? I just don't get it. You know? I don't. So now here's what's going to happen. Even though I have absolutely no intent and I can't do this anyway, people are going to start harassing this fucking card store. You realize that, right? Like right
Hell
now,
yeah.
probably my trolls are calling the card store and saying, hey, do you have Pokemon cards? Do you know that there's a streamer named Darkside Phil and he wants Pokemon cards? Well, when he comes, be sure not to sell them to him. I'm not kidding you. They're doing it right now.
Yeah, they would be, honestly, kind of based if they did. If they did hit him up and be like, hey, don't sell the DSP, kind of funny. It's kind of super hilarious. Even funnier if they actually go through with it and they don't sell the DSP out of spite. That's comedy. I'm looking at Shane's cards right now, Hobby Shop in Renton, with 65 reviews. Let's see. Let's check for some. Oh, these are actually, whoa, these are real reviews I'm reading. Apparently, this is a half decent card shop. If you believe card enthusiasts. Can I see some newer ones? Is there a way to organize? I'm not seeing it. It's got pretty good reviews, though. So, all right, well, that bit didn't work out because I don't even see any funny detractor reviews here on Yelp. Maybe they left Google reviews. I'm not going back.
Because you're all talking about it. How do people not understand how the fucking internet works? I'm lost.
You guys
Do you
don't
not
understand
understand that that's literally what's happening right now? Because if I right now brought up that I'm going to get food from somewhere, they call the restaurant. If I bring up that I'm going to go somewhere, they call
They
and
were
harass
Google
the business.
reviews.
So the
That would
fact
require
that
me
so
to
many
use
of you are
Google.
bringing up a card
Hang
store on
on.
my stream literally means that I can't go to the card store. You know that, right? I mean, you don't? You don't get that? It's not paranoia. It's my reality. This is what these fucking people do. So now, I'm not kidding. Now, I'm not going to the card store because I know if I do, they'll get harassed. You understand that?
Hang on, I'm opening these up in a private window, so I can't
So
get self-doxed.
I've just had enough. Like, can we play 007? Why the fuck are we even talking about Pokemon cards right now? Can I play this game? Is that satisfying?
Please let me play this game, even though I specifically decided to go out of my way to make this giant rant all about me and complain a bunch. Please, can we do this other thing that I personally decided to stop doing so that I could address this? What an idiot. Anyway, here's some reviews. That we're going to be organizing them to newest. So we've got this one from Max Andrade 35 minutes ago. So this is very recent. This guy must have just walked out of the shop and said, "Yo, I love this joint. Amazing customer service, and the owner is very friendly. I even got this spectacular serialized one-of-a-kind milk tank Pokemon from their Elite Beg series." And then this is the card here. As you can see, this is a very meaningful and robust Pokemon card that they totally got from the card shop. And I believe him. Now, that's a positive review. 5 stars. This seems positive to me. We've got Nate, 54 minutes ago, saying, "Greatest in the Renton area. Staff is awesome and knowledgeable. Easy to get in and out of. Traffic isn't bad in the area. Beautiful area, in fact. Get in there and get your Pokemon. And grab some Chipotle on the way out. Highly recommend. The guy approves." And then we've got this image of the guy here. We're gonna make this the last one, the last review here. This is from an hour ago. It says, "My mom died recently, and so I got a large inheritance. I can now buy any game I want. I decided I wanted some Pokemon cards for my stream, dude, using my mom's money. This place had everything I needed for my friends. We call them the Dents. Thanks for being so nice and not leaving a wooden pallet in my driveway, dude." All right, okay, we'll read one more. This is from Barry Nolan about an hour ago, saying, "Very robust selection, but there was this strange-looking bald man walking around the store asking for tips so that he can flex for men on the internet. Very strange behavior." And then Shane's Cards owner actually responded to both of these last two, saying, "Thank you for your 5-star review. We really appreciate your business. We don't know about a strange bald man. Next time, please let us know about this strange behavior so that it can be addressed." Amazing. Now this, like I said, all sounds very positive and meaningful, and it sounds like Shane's Card Shop is getting a boost in their reputation. This is a boon. This is a huge W for Shane. I hope Shane remains successful as a card shop owner. Hell yeah. It's rare that there's positivity leaking out of the detractor community towards the local areas around DSP, but in this instance,
Factory that I'm able to play a game on my game stream.
big up Shane. You
Why
should
are
go
we
on
even talking about
TBS and let us know how your business was impacted. Please get a hold of ALT.
I know, what a way to live. I can't just chill and play 007. I have to have people specifically coming to my stream to tell me that I'm doing things horribly in the wrong way.
Shane from Shane's Card Shop needs to be one of those like DSPB characters that like people don't really remember, but they're integral to the lore, like the Best Buy team or whatever, the super echelon of tech knowers or whatever the DSP was on.
Hey, despite the fact
He's
I
gonna
didn't
fall
even
into
know
that
that
category.
this existed until 3
Yeah, dressing
hours
up as
ago,
Shane
and I've been
during
on the stream
Detractor
for 3
Con.
hours. Like, do you understand how insanely ridiculous this is? And unfair and unrealistic.
Detractors don't control
What?
the stream. Well, no, obviously not. This rant was completely his choice, obviously.
I'm going to go pee, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to continue with this mission. Okay?
You guys pissed him off so much he's got to go pee.
So, I'll be right back.
It's your fault
Stalky
I'm
Tiger,
pissing
I want
right
you to
now.
understand.
Yes,
I know where you're coming from, but yeah, some people, you have to put thought into this, okay? The fact that people have now called out and said the name of the card store on the fucking stream, and that you just realize now that how fucked up this is.
How fucked up this is that people are talking about local businesses in my area that's been known for like a decade at least. This how fucked up this is. They're mentioning my local businesses. What? Huh? Stalking Tiger legitimately gives DSP money. Yeah, well, I seen somebody in his chat saying that Stalking Tiger is going to be converting soon. Obviously, they meant into detractorism, not religiously, but it is a cult, apparently.
I will buy cards however I want. People will like it, and they'll shut the fuck up about it.
Hell
It's
yeah.
my money. I can buy it from a scalper. I can buy it from eBay. I can buy it from Shane's Cards. I can buy it from Target, Walmart, and it's none of anyone's fucking business because I do it and you don't. How about that? That's the end all be all of everything. I will do it how I want, and you'll like it.
And he wonders why people find him so grating, so disagreeable, so goddamn awful to be around. This is how he approaches everything in his entire life. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not looking for any suggestions or any tips or any ways that I could improve. If you disagree with anything that I say, you're a fucking idiot, your criticisms are invalid, and you can jump off a cliff because you're a negative, toxic degenerate. Sorry, detractor. Those do not go hand in hand. But that's how he is in all capacities in every aspect of his life. But everybody else is toxic and negative.
And if you don't like it, I don't care. Okay? All right. Period. I don't care about
He asked for help at the beginning of the stream. I think I recall that he was asking for other like sites that he could go to because he wasn't sure where he was going to get them from or what boxes were available, and he was looking for reputable sellers. And that's how people started recommending that he go in real life anyway. You're right. He actually asked for this to happen and then decided to crash out when it did. Absolutely insane.
Say this. I'll take care of it in my own time off stream. And we have enough of this nonsense. Like, what? Why am I being distracted during my 007 stream about this? Boy, am I glad I stopped recording. You know, like, this is stupid.
He did. Boy, I'm glad I stopped recording because then people would see how fucking awful I am to my viewers in a context that they usually wouldn't. I'm glad that I could be, you know, portraying myself as a character and not my true authentic self to the gameplay viewers. What a fucking piece of shit, dude.
Okay. Now I'm going to go pee, and then we're going to continue.
Yeah, go piss
Guys,
yourself, you old fuck.
I wholeheartedly apologize. I really
Go
do.
empty your catheter, you
because it's
fucking
been tough,
freak.
to be honest with you, okay? Stalking Tiger, if you were trying to help me, just email me.
Yeah, Stalking
email me.
Tiger,
Just
if you're
DM
trying to
me on
help
it.
me, kill yourself.
Having this public
now.
discussion is insanely counterproductive and helps nothing. Okay? I hope that makes
I
sense.
probably shouldn't say that on
I
stream.
appreciate your super chat, but I hope you now see this doesn't help anything.
We've reached peak
incredibly distracting.
toxicity.
It just gives idiots ammo to harass and mess with people. It's just not good. Like, it was cool. Honestly, this morning when someone had said, oh, this card store, I wish they would have just said, there's a card store near you. Here's the information. And now, you know, contact them behind the scenes or go do it yourself instead of saying the fucking name of the card store and calling it out and everything.
Yeah, in
Awful way to do
Minecraft
it.
and Elden Ring in real
Because
life,
that's
whatever.
how
Who
these people are.
cares?
These weirdos on the internet with too much fucking life or too much.
They've got too much fucking life, dude. These idiots on the internet. They've got too much life ahead of them. Me, an old, dying, failing, melting, ghoulish curmudgeon. I'm jealous of all their extra life.
To do in no life.
The real problem
they have
here.
unlimited time to just do whatever they want. They will mess with people for no reason. You know? Like, no lie, some idiot will go to the card store and buy them out right now so that if I go, they don't have them. That's how these people are. They're weird. They're fucking weirdos.
They're fucking weirdos, dude.
All right? So thanks for the super chat. If anyone wants to help me with this shit, just contact me off stream. Enough of this nonsense. And to everyone who brings it up...
Enough of this nonsense trying to help me publicly. Only help me behind the scenes. What a weird individual. Thank you to Pope Super Mages further to saying toxicity gets you money from me. Roast the pig more. Oh, I have bad news.
Well, that's
actually.
what I'm going to say from now on.
It's like
Let's talk about it
15
off
seconds
stream.
left in
I got
this
shit
clip.
to do on my stream.
And I'm
This
leaving.
is too distracting.
But I appreciate the
Okay,
two.
it
I'll
is.
remember that next time.
All right. What's going on?
Next Saturday,
Space Jam
I'll go
fan? How you
hard.
doing?
I swear. Maybe.
Okay, guys, I gotta pee. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue with this mission. All right.
Actually, entirely dependent on the guy and his idiocy. But that is the Atlas stream for the day. I really hope, for the week rather. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you were caught up on the guy and you saw the parts that you wanted to see. Apologies if I missed any clips you wanted. It is what it is. I watched everything I wanted to see. So thank you all for your time this beautiful Saturday style morning into the afternoon. Thank you. Until I see you again, which will be next week. Same time, same place. Please have a safe and blessed work week and rest of your weekend. Big ups.